is engineered with advanced innovation and resilient design to stand up to sun, rain, and years of gathering. You get the beauty of wood without sanding, staining, or splinters. Order free samples or connect with a contractor near you at TimberTech.com. TimberTech.com. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Help Northern Illinois Food Bank strike out hunger this season. For over 40 years, we've been hitting home runs by providing our neighbors with nutritious meals that help them thrive. But we need you to step up to the plate. Together, we can make a great team with a shared purpose. Don't wait for the perfect pitch. Visit solvehungertoday.org to strike out hunger now. That's solvehungertoday.org. We're hungry for purpose. Are you?
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Horton Group in Chicagoland if auto owners make sense for you.
When choosing a financial partner, you want people you trust. At Consumers Credit Union, you can trust they put you first. Partner with the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Cubs and the Blue Jays from the friendly confines. First pitch not too far away. Time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell. Brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity candy-coated chaos. Here's Coom.
Counts. Off days this time of year are always, great things for baseball staff, managers, players, everybody. Your thoughts on where your team is and the off day and how important it was.
Yeah, no, I think we're
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Clicking have improved over the last 2 or 3 weeks, especially offensively, and then Gausman's throwing the ball pretty well.
The Seattle Mariners have officially found their groove, riding the wave of an amazing run that started in May and has them sailing in June.
And the Mariners sweep the A's.
The secret to their recent success? Power at the plate and dominance on the mound.
Swung on and missed, got him.
The rotation.
Or is he able to get quick outs because he doesn't walk people, I think, is probably offensively the key for us.
We're going to have a great weekend here at Wrigley. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Coom. Appreciate it.
Back to you.
Coom, thank you. Up next, we'll take a look at the pitching matchups. This is the Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Send your taste buds back to the candy aisle for a taste of classic candy flavor with a Fruity Rainbow Extra Strength 5-Hour Energy Shot. The iconic flavors of your favorite fruity candy, juicy berry bursts, tangy citrus squeezes, and a tropical pop that tastes like your favorite fruity candy. Combined with the sugar-free 5-Hour Energy blend of B vitamins, nutrients, and a caffeinated kick. Get a Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Right now is the perfect time to upgrade your AC before the summer heat wave begins. Four Seasons is having their spring savings event. You'll get 72 months of interest-free financing with up to $4,000 in rebates. And listen to this, Four Seasons will beat any competitor's offer by up to $1,000 guaranteed. For all your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, you know who to call.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Loud as the rolling sea, sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. Till victory is won. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And now please remain standing as they honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
A job well done by the Leo Catholic High School Choir, delivering the Black National Anthem, the Canadian National Anthem, and of course that National Anthem on Juneteenth. Our National Anthem, sponsored by the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Centers and thrift stores, fueling recovery.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team, and this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
And even though you're dejected down 3, first pitch swinging, this ball's hit in the air to deep center field, and George Springer gets it over the wall for a home run. His extra base impact continues. Third home run of the postseason for Springer, and they've got 6. Fastball outer third up. He's ready for it.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. Going to open them up and see who I played with.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams, probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Cubs Baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore.
Diving stop from X. He flops down, tosses to first. That is in time. Grounded sharply. Flagged down by Arenado. Long throw! Got him! Floater into left center, and it's going to be caught on a diving catch by Rocchio with his back to home plate.
To the wall goes Simpson, and Simpson's got the ball.
By Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For John Schneider's Blue Jays, a record of 37-38, third place in the American League East. George Springer is the leadoff man, and he's the designated hitter. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first. The right fielder is Jesus Sanchez. The cleanup man is Yohendrick Pinango, the left fielder. Alejandro Kirk catches. The center fielder is Nathan Lucas. In the number 7 spot, it's third baseman Kazama Okamoto. Davis Schneider is the second baseman, and batting ninth, shortstop Andres Jimenez, with veteran right-hander Kevin Gausman on the mound for Toronto. Meantime, for Craig Counsell's Cubs, a record of 39-36, third place in the National League Central. Pete Crow Armstrong is the leadoff man, and he is in center field. The third baseman is Alex Bregman. Michael Busch at first. The cleanup man is designated hitter Seiya Suzuki. In left field, Ian Happ. Matt Shaw plays right. In the number 7 spot at second baseman Nico Horner. Carson Kelly is the catcher, and batting ninth, shortstop Dansby Swanson with right-hander Ben Brown on the mound. First pitch next, the opener of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Blue Jays on a beautiful afternoon here at Wrigley Field. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
For 120 years, Sloan has led the way in innovation, water efficiency, and sustainability, a legacy that has extended to the friendly confines. As the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sloan has supported fans with hygienic restroom products at Wrigley Field for over a century. Today, Sloan's bottle fillers provide Cub fans with clean drinking water while helping reduce plastic waste. This season, Sloan continues to redefine what smart restroom design looks like. Learn more at sloan.com and go Cubs go!
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a Flight by Yuengling. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor, Zach. Flight is the next generation of light beer, just in case you wanted to know. From the oldest brewery in America, look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And this is a Flight kind of weekend. It is going to be gorgeous here at Wrigley Field.
Friday afternoon games here at the Friendly Confines, always special. But when you throw in the beautiful conditions here this afternoon, how lucky are we? Temperature right around 70 degrees. It's sunny, just a few harmless clouds in the sky. Wind at the moment blowing from
in
right
slightly,
to left
but,
a little bit.
Not really. I don't think the wind is going to be a factor here in the early going in a game.
Yeah, so that's a good thing, especially for the pitchers. Ben Brown has been as hot as any pitcher as the Cubs have had lately. He comes in with a record of 3-2 with a 1.74 ERA in 19 games, 7 of them starts. His last start, a victory in San Francisco last weekend. 5 innings, 1 run on 7 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. We're ready for baseball. George Springer digs in for the Blue Jays, right-handed batter, hitting at .218 with 7 home runs. Brown peers in, gets the sign from his catcher, Kelly. Straightens up, kicks, and delivers. Springer swings, and fouls this one out of play over our heads onto the roof. Yeah. Well, he does have the ability to spring the ball out of the yard, but that time fouled it back. 0-1 the count, and Coom were officially underway.
Yeah, you really can't ask for a better day. We got an absolute packed house here at Wrigley on a Friday afternoon.
Springer hits a high fly ball shallow left. Coming in, Happ, he's there. Makes the catch. 1 away.
Good pitch by Browning to get the little routine pop out. This is that knuckle curveball that he threw. He throws 2. So he throws 1, then he tries to get over for a strike early in the count, which is great pitch to get us to steal a strike for sure. And then the one that he tries to get the strikeout on, that he'll try to throw it around shoe top high.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. Right-handed batter. The pitch is in there for a strike as Brown starts him off with that slow-moving knuckle curveball. 0-1. Just underway here at Wrigley Field. 1 down, top of the first. Start of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Blue Jays. Brown deals. Guerrero takes a ball up high, a fastball that missed. 1-1. Officially, temperature at 71 degrees, sunny. And as Koo mentioned, just a light wind at the moment blowing from left to right as Brown sets and delivers. And a looper that's going to be caught by Swanson on the outfield grass in left. 2 away.
Another good knuckle curveball. He threw him a couple in that at bat, and both of them were successful. One you got a called strike, and the other one way out in front to get the little bloop to Dansby. So 2 good pitches by Brownie. First inning, powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Jesus Sanchez will dig in. Left-handed hitting right fielder against the right-handed pitching Ben Brown. And he deals high and outside for ball 1. The game time temperature sponsored by 4 Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. The pitch. Sanchez pops it up behind the plate. Kelly shielding himself from the sun, but this one's in the stands, out of play. Just off to the right along the first baseline. So the count is 1-1. Sanchez with a renaissance in Toronto. Spent most of his career with Miami. Also played for Pittsburgh, hitting .287 coming into play today with 7 home runs and 29 RBIs. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Out in front of an knuckle curve, 1-2.
Speak on today, that's powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. That pitch, very good pitch. He's going to be in the mid-80s with the knuckle curve. Sometimes a little lower. Sometimes he humps up on it a little. I think adrenaline probably has something to do with that, with the game.
A 1-2 by Brown. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a knuckle curveball. Blue Jays go down in order here in the top of the first. Middle 1, no score. Cubs and Toronto on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 22nd, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi.
Straw covering some ground as he always does.
Loops one into C. Nunez, going to track it down. What a play. Outstanding.
Diving, and he takes a hit away from low. A.J. Ewing showing off his speed. How about stop making the play? Wow, that was awesome.
Can we just give this guy a gold glove?
Lined out to center. Dubon with a diving grab.
Straw back. Oh, and he made the catch.
Hard-in liner to Machado, caught at the shoot top. Turang Fields tags the runner, throws to first in time. Oh, what a job by Bryce Turang.
It'll be Lucas making the catch. Boy, that took him way back.
Fantastic play, but a couple exclamation points by Nick Kurtz doing it defensively.
Makes that over-the-shoulder catch look so easy. And that's a great play by Pete. Still backing up all the way to the wall. And Corbin runs it down. Makes a running, sliding catch. Great play. Manuel.
Wow, what a catch. Out of nowhere.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Cubs and Blue Jays scoreless as we get set for the bottom of the first here at Wrigley Field. The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Pete Crow Armstrong gets a hit. Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Veteran right-hander Kevin Gausman on the hill for the Blue Jays. He's 4-4 with a 3.41 ERA in 15 starts. And no one on the Cubs has been hotter than Pete Crow Armstrong, who's homered in 3 straight games for the first time in his career. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. And PCA looks at a splitter low, 1-0 the count. What's the key against a guy like Gausman?
Gausman's a guy, he's very good. Good fastball, good split finger. He's got a slider. Doesn't use it a lot. He's basically, 2.5 pitches because the slider he throws under 10%.
That time misses with a splitter again low, 2-0 the count.
So that's the pitch you can't chase. It's the splitter down. You've got to make him get that ball up if you get behind in the count. He's going to try to throw the high fastball at the top of the zone or above, but a lot of strikes with the fastball. And then the split is either a steal strike type pitch or he's going to bury it down at your shoot tops.
The pitch. This is high with a splitter, 3-0 the count. Okamoto, the third baseman, is playing in. Now he moves very wide of the third base bag and on the edge of the infield grass. Gausman works on the third base side of the rubber. They kick and pitch. And PCA takes ball 4 low. So a nice start to the first for Crow Armstrong and the Cubs.
And a very rare walk for Gausman. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. So you know that he is very concerned about what Pete can do from that leadoff spot because he had all those pitches were right around the edges of the zone, but he was not going to go in the middle of the strike zone against Pete.
Alex Bregman now digs in, right-handed batter. The pitch in there for a strike with a fastball clocked at 93 miles per hour, 0-1. Bregman on the year hitting at .250, 6 home runs, 23 runs batted in. He's hitting nearly 300 over his last 7 games with 1 bomb. PCA being held on at first by Guerrero. Gausman deals, and Bregman looks at a ball outside, 1-1 the count. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober, or get pulled over. Bregman waits. Gosman delivers the 1-1. Low and outside. 2-1 now on Bregman.
Now, Feel Like a Bosch prediction, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel Like a Bosch. We had an interesting Bosch on what's today now? Today's Friday. On Wednesday, It was Judson's deal. That was impressive.
Really was. The 2-1. Gosman to Bregman. Now a throw to first. Diving back in, Pete Crow Armstrong.
So Gosman there holding the ball. So he comes set and then holds the ball till you get right to the end of the pitch clock, and then he threw over to first. So he's going to play the pitch clock game against the opposing hitter today, I got to believe.
PCA goes, the pitch low and outside, throw to second, nowhere near in time, stolen base. Pete Crow Armstrong, number 17 on the year for PCA.
Well, that's the one thing about him you're going to be able to do is run. He throws a lot of splits, so that makes it difficult on the catcher. And then he's a big, tall guy, so he can be a little on the slow side to home plate. Kirk made a good throw and got rid of the ball in good shape, but Pete just outran the play. Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Atturo. Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with Atturo tires. Find yours at Atturo.com.
So PCA in scoring position. Bregman at the plate with a 3-1 count. No one out here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch. Called strike fastball. 94 miles per hour. I don't think Bregman liked that call. It's right near the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, that ball middle of the plate at the knees.
So a full count. Crow Armstrong at second base. Gosman takes a peek there and deals. And Bregman looks at ball 4, a slider that missed low and outside. Back-to-back walks by Gosman to begin this ball game. And the Cubs have men at first and second with no one out and Michael Busch due up.
This is very rare that he is walking some guys. And let's see, for the season, so far this season, in 87 innings, he had 16 walks. So you got 2 in the first 2 hitters. That's pretty rare.
Let's see if the Cubs can take advantage. Michael Busch digs in, left-handed batter against the right-hander Gosman. The pitch. A swing and miss by Busch at a splitter. 0-1. Gosman 6'2", 205 pounds. He's 35 years old. Coming off a quality start against the Yankees last time out. 7 innings of 1-run ball, 7 strikeouts.
And no walks in that game.
The pitch. An awkward check swing and a miss. Busch in the hole, 0-2. Another splitter from Gosman.
Back-to-back splitters, and both of them, right at the shoe tops. You have to get the splitter up. And I'll say this, that's really easy to say from sitting in this seat than being in that batter's box. It comes out looking like a fastball, and the ball just disappears on you and backs up. It's a very good pitch.
Gosman looks at second. That's where Crow Armstrong is. And the 0-2. Busch, tapper up the third base line. It's fielded by Okamoto. His throw to first in time to get Busch, but the runners advance. PCA now at third. Bregman at second. 1 down here in the bottom of the first, and the red-hot cleanup man, Seiya Suzuki, due up.
That could be the best check swing Michael Busch has had in his big league career. That worked out perfect. You couldn't bunt the ball any better. You're behind in the count. He makes a good pitch with the split. You check swing, and you roll one out there like the best bunt you've ever had in your life. So now the Cubs with 2 men in scoring position and 1 out.
I'll give him a sacrifice swing for that.
Yeah, perfect.
So Suzuki digs in against Gosman. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Seiya looks at a ball high and outside. A slider that missed. 1-0. Seiya's been locked in, over his last 18 games, hitting .328. He's knocked in 12 runs during that time. Men at second and third, 1 down, scoreless game, bottom of the first. Gosman's ready. Here's the pitch. And Seiya looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone. 1-1.
Okay, Judson, you were very impressive on Wednesday. We're looking for a Bosch prediction. You were awesome the other day.
I was.
We're going to give you another shot at this. That was good.
Here's the 1-1. Suzuki looks at a ball inside, but
Pitch is called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
the Blue Jays are going to challenge this fastball on the inner edge.
This ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, and Kirk
The
is
call
right.
is overturned. Toronto has 2 remaining.
Okay, so now the count is 2-2. Judson, are you ready?
I am ready. Gentlemen, I was leading with hope last time. I'm going to direct it the same way. I'm going to call for Nico Horner extra base hit today.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Sale waits for the 1-2, excuse me. Here it comes. And that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Defensive alignment. It's sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. And Toronto, being an American League team, obviously, their outfielders playing Cubs hitters so far today, all straight away. Dead straight in center and left and right.
The pitch. Seiya swings, and it's a high fly ball down the right field line. Ranging over is Pinyango. It's a fair ball that bounces in. 1 run scores. PCA crosses the plate around third. Racing home Bregman. He's going to score. 2-run double. Seiya Suzuki. And the Cubs strike first. A 2-0 lead over the Blue Jays. The ball was blocked from our view. Pinyango, Sanchez, the right fielder, disappeared from our view in the corner. And he's pointing to the Blue Jays bench. We're taking a look at the replay now. Where did this ball end up?
Well, the ball's hit down the right field line, and it's a Wrigley Field hit. When you haven't played here much, you know that the line and the wall are right next to each other. You have to get to the wall early to make a play or slide into it. He did neither, and the ball hit the tip of his glove and ends up being a double.
So the Cubs strike first. Seiya Suzuki with a 2-run double. 2-0 Cubs. Ian Happ at the plate and looks at a ball off the outside from Gausman.
Friendly confines, very friendly for the Cubs. Maybe not so friendly for our friends from north of the border.
Here's the 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Surprising though, because Sanchez has played here before in the National League with Miami and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but when you haven't, you hadn't played here a lot, and you just got here, I just think that's a Wrigley Field hit as an opposing outfield. That's a tough play.
Pitch outside, 2-1 now on Happ.
And with the wind blowing kind of towards the left field corner, that really makes that ball hit to right slice more. So you think you're on it, and it just keeps boring and slicing away from you. Just a tough play. It worked out great for the Cubs.
The 2-1, swing and a miss by Happ, 2-2. That's splitter from Gausman. Doubles by Cubs batters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. So 2-2 the count on Happ. Suzuki at second base, 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Cubs up 2-0. Now the pitch. It's low. Happ's worked a full count.
Happer's done a good job not chasing that splitter down. He took a pretty good swing on the, I believe it was a 2-1 pitch splitter.
Ian with 16 home runs this year. Happ waits for the payoff pitch. Gausman looks at second and deals. Outside, ball 4.
Wow.
Third walk issued in this first inning by Gausman.
Third walk of the inning. I can't believe the pitching coach hasn't come out yet. This has got to be a meeting soon. Kirk out there to talk to his right-hander, and you just wonder, is this like not comfortable yet on the mound, not comfortable in the surroundings, whatever that is, but you just don't see this guy walk hitters like this. This is third walk of the inning, and now let's see what happens. But walks, 2 of them have scored already. Let's see if another one will score.
Walks by Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. 2-0 Cubs, 1 down, bottom 1 against the Blue Jays, the opener of this 3-game weekend set. And the Cubs threatening. They've got men at first and second. Matt Shaw will dig in. Right fielder's been hot lately. Shaw hitting better than 400 over his last 7 games. Gausman delivers. And Shaw looks at a ball inside, 1-0. Lance Barrett is the home plate umpire this afternoon. Malachi Moore Manning first. Alfonso Marquez, the crew chief, at second base. Mike Estabrook is the umpire at third. Now the 1-0. Inside again to Shaw. 2 balls, no strikes. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Cubs making Gausman work here in the first. He's thrown 26 pitches so far. Again, only 1 away. The 2-0 delivery is low.
Wow. Now, I knew he was trying to come in against Shaw with the first 2 pitches, and it ran off the plate well in. But he was trying to throw a strike there, and he just pulled that ball across the zone. Down and away. Good take by Matty.
So 3-0 the count on Shaw. The pitch. And that one misses again. Ball 4. Cubs have now loaded the bases again, 1 away, and Nico Horner will dig in.
4th walk of the inning by Gausman, a guy who doesn't walk anybody. And this pitch runs in again. So there's something he's dealing with that he's just not feeling comfortable on the mound. And, we always talk about good pitchers. When do you get them? Right here, early in the ball game before they get settled in. This is a big at-bat for the Cubs.
Righty-righty matchup with Horner at the plate. And the pitch. Nico looks at a fastball for a strike. Should say a slider for a strike.
Slider, because he doesn't feel comfortable with the other pitches to throw him for a strike. He uses a slider under 10%. He is basically a 2-pitch pitcher, fastball split.
Nico on the year hitting at .233, 0-1 the count, bases loaded, Cubs up 2-0, just 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Gausman delivers, and Nico fouls it out of play, second deck off to the right, 0-2.
Nico got that fastball inside, and he was trying to inside out that ball to right.
Horner hitting around 100 over his last 7 games, 3 for 29. The pitch. Off the outside, 1-2, a splitter that missed. Suzuki at third, Happ at second, Shaw at first. 1 away, 2-0 Cubs. Here's the 1-2. Horner chases a pitch in the dirt, strike 3. As he missed that splitter, 2 away.
Yeah, that's the splitter. That's the one you can't chase. He throws it. It comes out looking like a fastball, and it ends up down in the dirt. That ball actually bounced in front of home plate.
So 2 down. Carson Kelly will stand in for the Cubs, hitting at .277 this year with 3 home runs and 20 RBIs. 32 pitches have been thrown so far in this first inning by Gausman. Bases loaded. The pitch. Kelly swings, drills one deep in the air. Left field. Is it going to stay fair? Yes, gone. Grand slam, Carson Kelly. And it's a big first inning for the Cubs. They're now up 6-0 over the Blue Jays here in the first.
Well, we talked about Gausman being basically a 2-pitch pitcher. He has not felt comfortable throwing his split for a strike, or his fastball has been erratic. What does he go to? His third best pitch. He spins a little get-me-over slider, not so much. Kelly almost hits it off the video board and left for a long grand slam, and the Cubs with a big 6 spot here in the first.
A 428-foot bomb by Carson Kelly. 6-0 Cubs here in the first. Now Dansby Swanson hits a base hit to left. Cubs have batted around here in the first inning, and Pete Crow Armstrong will hit for the second time here in this lead frame.
Boy, who would have thought when Pete walked to lead off the game that by the time he comes back to the plate in the same inning, Cubs would be up 6-0.
So Swanson at first, 2 away, Crow Armstrong at the plate. Gausman delivers. High and outside, ball 1.
Well, he just can't get that ball to stay on that side of the plate. That outside corner to lefties, inside corner to righties. That ball just keeps running off the edge of the strike zone.
Now the 1-0. Tap foul at the plate by PCA, but second consecutive game, Coom, in which the Cubs have taken advantage of a pitcher struggling early. Against the Rockies back on Wednesday night, it was Sean Sullivan, the rookie. And in the second inning, the Cubs pounced on him for 7 runs. And here in the first, a 6 spot against the veteran Kevin Gausman. Swanson at first base, 2 away. Crow Armstrong at the plate. Swanson goes the 1-1, squirts past the catcher, Kirk. Swanson will stay at second base after the stolen base. Count is 2-1 on PCA.
Good jump by Dansby at first. He was going to have this base stolen easily, but then Kirk doesn't handle the ball well. Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Turo, Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe. Turo Tires. Find yours at turotire.com. Boy, you'd like to see Pete get a base knock here, driving that 7th run.
Crow Armstrong waits for the 2-1. Here it comes. Comebacker goes between the legs of the pitcher Gausman, fielded by the shortstop Jimenez, and his throw to first is not in time. Infield single for PCA. You knew as soon as that one got past Gausman, PCA was going to have a base hit.
I'm actually surprised the shortstop Jimenez coming in bare hands this ball, because if he doesn't make this catch clean and it trickles past him, Dansby's going to score because there's nobody behind him. And now after 10 hitters have hit, now there's a meeting on the mound. That's a long time before you had a meeting. I don't understand that. Fisher, a right-hander, warming up in the bullpen. And I don't think you can let this go on much longer. Maybe one more hitter. Because you can't have one of your ace guys going out there and throwing this many pitches. These 2 pitches from 40 pitches in an inning.
What a first for the Cubs. Seiya Suzuki a 2-run double. Carson Kelly with a grand slam. And the Cubs still threatening. Men at the corners now after the infield single by PCA. And the batter is Alex Bregman as the right-hander Braden Fisher continues to warm up in the Blue Jays bullpen. Bregman walked earlier in this first inning. Got to think PCA is going to go here. He does. The pitch is fouled off the netting to the right by Bregman.
Fastball away. Bregman tried to pull it and just fouled it back. Pete had a huge jump at first. No one was going to throw him out.
Swanson's at third, Crow Armstrong at first. Bregman at the plate, 0-1 the count. Cubs off to a fast start here in the opener. Their 3-game set against the Blue Jays, up 6-0 in the first with 2 away. Bregman waits for the 0-1. Gausman delivers and lines one for a base hit to left. Swanson scores. PCA stops at second, and it's a 7 spot. 7-0 Cubs here in the first. RBI single, Alex Bregman.
Boy, it's unreal. I'm really shocked. This guy is a really good quality pitcher. That's another fastball up and right in the whopping zone of Bregman, and he smokes this ball to left field.
Michael Busch will hit for a second time here in this first inning. He grounded out to third his first time up. Men at first and second with 2 away. Cubs up 7-0. The pitch is low. Now, we mentioned last time out for Gausman was a quality start against the Yankees. 7 innings of 1-run ball. The previous 2 starts, 8 runs on 10 hits in 11 innings, and he's having that kind of an issue here today.
He's given up 4 walks and 5 hits in this inning. He's had games where that's been the line.
And the Cubs looking for more with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch to Busch. In there for a strike fastball. 1-1.
Yeah, this isn't a bat for Michael. You want to keep grinding, man. You get 2 men out there and a pitcher struggling. You want to do some damage.
The next pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. Another splitter from Gausman.
That might be the best splitter he's thrown. That one actually, the Cubs have swung at a few that weren't good splitters that were down, but that one acted exactly the way he wants it. Starts out in the zone, above the knees, and just drops down below the zone.
The 1-2. Bush grounds one on the right side, backhanding by a diving Guerrero. His throw to first just in time to get Bush as Gosman was able to beat him to the bag. That is out number 3, but listen to the crowd here at Wrigley Field on its feet. What a first for the Cubs. They put 7 runs on the board. It's 7-0 Cubs over Toronto as we head to the second on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.
Diving stop from X. He flops down, tosses to first. That is in time. Grounded sharply. Flagged down by Arenado. Long throw! Got him! Floater into left center, and it's going to be caught on a diving catch by Rocchio with his back to home plate.
To the wall goes Simpson, and Simpson's got the ball. Took one away.
Short center, long run Carter. Oh, he got it! What a catch by Evan Carter!
Coming in is Carter, who dives and makes the catch.
Charging into Lauder, dives, and he made the catch. Oh, a tumbling grab by Chase DeLauder. Ground ball to second, backhanded by Rojas. Throws from his knees. Miguel Rojas, ridiculous.
On the run and diving out there is Jackson Merrill.
That ball is caught up against the wall. Jordan Lawler.
James Outman dives, and he makes the catch. Welcome to Detroit.
Diving play Weatherholt from his knee.
Keep the products she needs on hand so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Samsung. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
7-0 Cubs after 1 over the Blue Jays. Our second inning brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Here's Zach.
Thank you very much, Judson. Yohendrick Pinango looks at a fastball for a strike from Ben Brown to begin the top of the second. What a first for the Cubs. They put a 7 spot on the board, and they've got a 7-0 lead here in inning number 2. The big hit, Carson Kelly with a grand slam. Pinango, left-handed batter against the right-hander Brown, and the pitch, and popped up right side of the infield. Bush right near the mound makes the catch for out number 1 as Pinango is retired.
A good start to the second inning, and this little knuckle curve right in under the hands to get the pop up. And for Browning now, you want to go on the attack. That's what you want to do. Just stick with your program, but really be on the attack and throwing strikes. You see what the walks can do on the other side of the field. So see if Browning can just do what he normally has been doing, and that's pump in strikes to fastball knuckle curve.
Alejandro Kirk leans out of the way of a blazing inside 94-mile-per-hour fastball, 1-0. Kirk hitting at 200 this season. The pitch. Called strike. Fastball from Brown, 1-1 the count. The opener of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Blue Jays. It's a Friday afternoon here at Wrigley Field, so the Cubs wearing the powder blue tops, white pants, mostly blue caps with the white panel on the front. Powder blue socks, the pitch. And a high fly ball hit to center field. Routine for Pete Crow. Armstrong makes the catch, angling toward right center. 2 away as Kirk is retired. It'll bring up the center fielder Nathan Lucas. Blue Jays wearing traditional gray road uniforms with blue and white numerals on the back and blue lettering.
I was looking at Kirk's numbers, and they're not very good, but he has been hurt. He broke his thumb in April, and he's only, he doesn't have 50 at-bats yet in the season.
The pitch to Lucas is a called strike. Fastball on the outer edge, 0-1. Blue Jays have blue batting helmets. The batter Lucas wearing gray shoes today. Brown peers in, gets the sign from Kelly. Straightens up, sets above the belt. The kick and pitch is low and inside, 1-1. And the uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Knuckle curve from Brown, 1-2. Picture perfect afternoon here at Wrigley Field. Not a cloud in the sky at the moment. The pitch. And this is a one-hopper fielded on the outfield grass by Swanson. He whirls and throws to first in time to get Lucas. Blue Jays go down in order here in the top of the second. Middle two, no score by the Blue Jays in the second. The Cubs with a 7-0 lead over Toronto as we head to the bottom of the second on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Takes protection seriously.
You bet. We protect you with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed.
So bubble wrap, huh?
Yeah, came with my couch.
Financial protection for today and tomorrow. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old. Member FDIC.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Bring your group together. Wrigley Field's largest suite, the Bleacher Suite, sits above the batter's eye and features an all-inclusive menu, ideal for networking and socializing. Learn more at Cubs.com/premier. Here's Zach.
Thank you very much, Judson. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. He swings and hits a pop fly left side near the line. It's the shortstop Jimenez in foul territory, but this one's in the stands out of play. 0-1 the count on Seiya. Bottom of the second inning, Cubs up 7-0. Seiya got the scoring started in the first. A 7-run first for the Cubs. He had a 2-run double the other way to right. Kevin Gausman still in there. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-1. Suzuki hitting at .265 with 10 home runs on the year. The 1-1 from Gausman. Off the outside, 2-1 now.
And he's still having issues trying to figure out what pitch to throw for a strike and where it's going. That last one, he pulled that slider way down and away.
The 2-1. Low and outside, another slider that missed, 3-1.
And that's another one. That's just a pulled slider. You know, he usually has very good command and knows where his pitches are going. He's trying to throw that slider on the outer third for a strike and has not been able to.
Seiya swings and misses at a splitter, 3-2. Ian Happ on deck to be followed by Matt Shaw. 7-0 Cubs. No one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Gausman taking his time. Now the payoff pitch. Seiya swings, line drive, base hit to left. Second hit of the ball game for Seiya, and we just started the second.
This is a bullet to left. This is a hanging split. Doesn't do much. Stays about knee high, right in the middle of the plate. Gausman's lucky he gets the ball back. That one could have ended up on Waveland Avenue.
He's thrown 50 pitches so far. Again, no one out here in the second. Cubs have Suzuki at first base. And now Ian Happ at the plate. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He walked in the first. Gausman kicks and fires. Happ swings and misses at a fastball. 0-1.
I know what Toronto would like to have happen is him settle down. And even though the game is kind of lopsided already, you want to get, some innings so you don't kill your bullpen in game one of a 3-game series here in Chicago. As that pitch misses wide. There comes a time when you got to look at your starter, and he's one of your main guys. And we'll see how much longer they go with him. If Happer gets a hit, Fisher not warming up, he sat down, but he's got to be ready to go in a couple tosses.
A 1-1 is low. 2-1 now. As Happ laid off the splitter.
And he's back up again. I got to believe this is, you can't, 53 pitches, we got nobody out in the second.
Get you a station identification here shortly. Happ at the plate with a 2-1 count. Suzuki at first. No one out here. Bottom of the second inning. Cubs with a 7-0 lead over Toronto. Gausman sets, kicks, and fires. And Happ fouls it back. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. On Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. 2-2 the count on Ian Happ, and the pitch. Up high. It's worked a full count. Cubs with a 7-0 lead over the Blue Jays. No one out here at the bottom of the second inning. A man at first. And this is just the opener of a 3-game weekend set. Seiya being held on at first by Guerrero. The payoff pitch. Happ taps it foul at the plate. Just getting a piece of a splitter. Count remains 3-2. Guys, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
He sounded excited.
I love looking out at the stands here at Wrigley Field when you know the place is jam-packed. The payoff pitch. Happ swings and misses. Strike 3. Gausman gets him with a fastball. 1 away. I'm going to go 40,100.
Got it. It's a big number. Tell you what, the neighborhood, even getting here early this morning, you and I both got here before 10 o'clock this morning, and the neighborhood was packed. Just going around the neighborhood, driving through, it's bustling.
Matt Shaw swings and loops one into shallow center field. Diving in and making the catch is Lucas. A nice play. Shaw's retired. 2 away.
Yeah, center fielder got a bad break on this ball. He couldn't judge it real well and then had to come in and then dives and makes a nice catch on this ball, going into left center. But I think for a lot of guys, you haven't played here a lot. You're trying to figure out, what the ball's doing, and seeing it off the bat here at Wrigley is always, during day games early, is always an issue for opposing players.
Nico Horner at the plate. And the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Kirk. Suzuki stays at first, 1-0 the count.
Kirk's had a workout here in the first 2 innings. He's caught half a ball game where the pitch is. We got 2 outs in the second.
I mean, the next pitch by Gausman is going to be number 60 in the game, just 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Suzuki at first base, Cubs up 7-0. Now the 1-0. Warner swings, pops it up, foul out of play, off to the right. Behind the Blue Jays dugout along the first baseline. So 1-1 the count on Nico. So do you have a guess in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game?
Yeah, I will go. You're 40,100.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'll say 40,300.
I love the dramatic pause. The 1-1 is low again. 2-1 now on Nico. Judson, what's your guess?
I mean, only seems right. I should go 40,200.
Okay.
And after this
pitch. Hey, Ziggy, what do you got up there, Ziggy?
He's got a good chance to win. That's what he's got.
Does he? Here comes the 2-1. Gausman to Horner. Line drive down the left field line. This will drop in for a base hit and bounce into the ivy for a ground rule double. Extra base hit for Nico Horner. I believe earlier during the broadcast, Judson, in his Bosch prediction, said that Nico would come up with an extra base hit today.
You're 2 days in a row. You and I are flying the circuit tonight to Vegas. We're going to go there. That's where we're going tonight. Oh, Derek, we need a plane to get us to Vegas. We got to be back in the morning, but that's all right.
I like this.
I'm going to use my prediction in the highlight show, the postgame.
Very much so.
You should. Suzuki has to stop at third after the ground rule double. So men at second and third for the Cubs, 2 away. Bottom 2, they lead 7-0. Carson Kelly at the plate. The pitch. And Kelly looks at a ball low, a splitter that missed. Kelly's first time up featured the biggest hit of the ball game, a grand slam to left center, 428 feet. Righty-righty matchup as Gausman deals. Kelly looks at a ball way outside, a fastball that missed, 2-0. All right, so what is the guess of our world-famous engineer, the maestro, Paul Zarang?
39,222. Two, that is, says Paul Zarang.
Ah, boy, Ziggy.
The 2-0 delivery. Kelly takes a strike, a splitter that just clipped the bottom edge of the zone, 2-1. Kelly now hitting at .282 on the year with 4 home runs. Gausman delivers. Kelly takes ball 3 low. It's now 3-1. Light wind blowing from right to left at the moment. Suzuki at third, Horner at second. 3-1 to count on Kelly with 2 away here in the second. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 3-2. I believe that was the 3rd straight splitter from Gausman.
Yeah, Gausman throws, if he's not the leader in the league with the amount of splits he throws, percentage-wise, like in a game, if he's not the number 1 guy, he's right there at top 2 or 3. Shota would be another guy that's right up there at the top.
Kelly swings and misses. Guess what? Another splitter. That's strike 3. And it ends the second inning. Cubs leave 2, but after 2, it's a 7-0 lead for the Cubs over the Blue Jays on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Top of the 3rd inning, 7-0 Cubs over the Blue Jays. 74 degrees at first pitch. Our time and temperature is sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Here's Zach and Coombe.
Thank you very much, Judson. If you're just tuning in, man, you've missed a lot. Cubs up 7-0 as we get ready to start the top of the 3rd here at Wrigley Field. Kazama Okamoto will lead things off for the Blue Jays. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Ben Brown, who works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Sets above the belt, works his motion and deals. And a high fly ball hit deep down the left field line, but hooking way foul out of play. 0-1 on Okamoto.
And this third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
Okamoto swings, and it's a high fly ball deep center. Kerr Armstrong back fighting the sun on the track near the wall. Makes the catch just to the left of the 400-foot marker in center field. One away.
Okamoto, their leading home run hitter with 15 bombs. And he just missed one there. Pete goes right back, probably a step and a half in front of the ivy and the 400-foot mark.
Here's Davis Schneider, the second baseman. Right-handed batter, open stance, hits out of a crouch. Brown's ready, works his motion and deals. And this is low. 1-0 the count. Bounced that curveball in the dirt. The next pitch is a bullseye for a strike, 94 miles per hour.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
They're going to challenge this. Ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
It's right at the bottom of the zone as we take a look at the
Let's see what we get here.
Monitor.
Pitch is
The
low.
call is overturned. Toronto has 2 remaining.
Yeah, that's a good eye by Davis Schneider.
Ball missed by probably the width of the seams of the baseball.
So 2-0 the count, the pitch. Schneider pops it up. Right side on the infield bush, halfway between first and second on the dirt, makes the catch. 2 away. And you can really tell the sun and wind maybe a little bit is playing a role today.
I think it's the sun, and then the wind is making it a little more difficult because it's blowing the ball. But I think the guys are really struggling with the sun more than anything. You're looking up and you're trying to move your body around to where you're getting the ball out of the sun, the direct sun, but it's not easy when that ball goes straight up.
Andres Jimenez at the plate and looks at a sinker for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Pete had trouble with the first ball. He was shading his eyes the whole way and then played the ball right to where he was holding the glove to shade his eyes, which is doing it exactly the way you should.
The next pitch is high and outside. 1-1 the count on Jimenez. I'm glad you explained that. You know, it's a Friday afternoon game. It's Juneteenth, so we know a lot of kids are listening, driving around with the parents. The 1-1. Line drive down the right field line. This will drop in fair and roll all the way to the corner. Jimenez digging for second and gets there standing up. So the first hit of the ball game for the Blue Jays comes with 2 away here in the top of the third. A double for Andres Jimenez.
Now Brownie just going ahead and trying to throw strikes. He's got a big lead, and he threw that 2-seamer, little sinker in, and Jimenez just hooked it down into the corner. Coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
George Springer now the batter. He flied out his first time up. Right-handed hitter with 7 home runs this season. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Brown peers in, gets the sign from Kelly. I'll explain why Coombs laughing in a sec. The pitch is in there for a strike. Another knuckle curve.
Folks, Zach's a little sensitive to the birds. We've had some issues here with Zach doing play-by-play with the bird. The birds, not bird.
And not the seagulls. We're talking about the pigeons.
Yeah, the pigeons like Zach.
Here's the 0-2. Springer lines one over a leaping Swanson in left center field for a base hit. Around third, digging for home, Schneider. Throw goes to second base by Happ. RBI single by George Springer. And it is now 7-1 Cubs over the Blue Jays here in inning number 3.
Oh, high fastball, middle of the plate. Springer, a very good hitter. He gets on top of this ball and hits a bullet right over Dansby's head at short and in the left center for a base knock to drive in Toronto's first run of the game.
I may have said Schneider scored. Jimenez scored. 7-1 Blue Jays as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. looks at a sinker inside. 1-0 the count Yeah, for whatever reason, every time I fill in for Pat, the pigeons seem to want to get really close to the home radio broadcast booth here at Wrigley Field.
In particular, your side of the booth.
Yes, I don't understand
very entertaining.
The 1-0, check swing, doesn't matter, called strike, 1-1.
Ziggy, you'd think I paid the birds to do that to them, but I didn't, you know.
You're not that powerful. But if you could, you would. Springer at first, 2 away. Here's the 1-1. Guerrero cracks it on the ground. Fielded on a high hop by Swanson. Flips to second in time for the force. That ends the top of the third. The Blue Jays do get on the board. It's now 7-1 Cubs. Middle 3 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Bottom of the third, Cubs lead the Blue Jays by a score of 7-1. Dansby Swanson will get the Cubs started. Who's on deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Here's Zach Zaidman.
Thank you very much, Judson. New man on the mound for the Blue Jays to begin the bottom of the third inning. Right-hander Braden Fisher takes over, 2-2 with a 3.26 ERA in 37 games this season. Dansby Swanson will dig in. Cubs up 7-0. The opener of a 3-game set. First pitch, foul back off the screen to the right by Fisher. Count 0-1. Dansby singled, stolen base, and scored a run in that 7-run first inning for the Cubs. Maybe that home run the other day against Colorado will get Swanson going. Here's the 0-1 delivery. It's low. Dansby entered today's ball game hitting 146 over his last 30 games, but a nice start to this one with the single.
Yeah, got a good fastball to hit inner half and hit a bullet to left. That is a good start for Dansby.
0-1. High and inside. 2-1 now on Swanson. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by our good friends at Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Swanson pulls one on the ground, foul off to the left. 2-2 now the count.
Speaking of our friends from Sloan, I got a text today from Graham Allen. Graham, one of the owners of Sloan, great guy, him and his brothers. We've all become friends through the years. Kirk and Jimmy, yeah.
The 2-2, way outside. Swanson's worked a full count. Enormous Cub fans.
Yeah, great. Obviously, the ballpark in Mesa is Sloan Park, one of the best spring training facilities in the country. But they're big Cub fans. Great guys, too.
Swanson steps out of the box. And now digs back in. Hits out of a crouch. Stands deep in the box. Slightly open stance. Uses a toe tap. Fisher works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Foul back. Count remains 3-2.
That was a pretty good swing by Dansby on that slider, even though it was a little down or bottom of the zone. He went down there and got it with his eyes, and that's a good sign. You know, the thing you don't want to do is you see that ball down and you're coming off of it and your eyes are coming away from the ball instead of at the ball.
Swanson hits a ground ball to short, fielded by Jimenez. Couple of steps forward, his throw in time. Swanson's retired, one away.
You know, in hitting, you don't want your head to move a lot. You just don't. But you do want your head to turn and track the ball to the barrel and then have your eyes follow the ball to the barrel when you're hitting it. And, you know, sometimes when you're struggling, that's the first thing to look for, is your eyes aren't tracking the ball well. That time Dansby had a good couple of bats for at least that part of the swing.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate, loops one into shallow left center field. It may drop. It does. Second single of the ball game for PCA. And when you're as hot as he's been, stuff like that happens.
Yeah, Pete's third at bat of the ball game, and we're in the third inning with only one out. And this ball jams him. But, you know, when you get jammed by a pitch and you hit it the other way, that means the swing is going the right direction. Your timing might have been a little off on that pitch, but the swing was very good, and he dumps that one in short left center field for a knock.
7-1 Cubs here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 on, 1 out. Alex Bregman at the plate and looks at a ball inside, 1-0. Bregman has reached base twice today, a walk and an RBI single. PCA, by the way, now riding a 22-game on-base streak during which he's batting about 400. As Bregman looks at a ball off the outside, 2-0.
Now, we were talking on Pete probably a few weeks ago about him starting to use the other side, and he's making some outs. He flew out deep a couple times to left center.
Bregman looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone.
And he was a little late on a couple pitches that he was hitting, you know, over down the left field line, and just a little late, right? And I thought, now that he is getting close now. Now that's where you know that the hitters are starting. He's getting on time instead of out in front all the time. And it sure showed. He has been red hot.
Pitch low. Check swing by Bregman on appeal. No swing. Count is 3-1. It was a slow-moving curveball from Fisher. Bottom three, Cubs up 7-1. 1 on, 1 out. Bregman waits for the 3-1. He swings, line drive caught by Jimenez, throw to first, and PCA able to dive back in safely. 2 away.
Line drive at the shortstop, and Jimenez gets this ball and fires to first. A little low hop, but boy, what a great pick at first base by Guerrero. And then Pete barely gets back.
All right, so here is Michael Busch. I think he's the only Cub who hasn't reached base today. 0 for 2, the pitch. Misses off the outside. 1-0.
See if Bushy can fix that right here.
It's a righty-lefty matchup with Fisher on the mound and Busch at the plate. Fisher takes a peek at first. That's where Crow Armstrong is. And the 1-0. High and outside to Busch with a fastball. 2-0 the count. Cubs first base coach Jose Javier having a conversation with PCA. He extends his lead off the first base bag, being held on by Guerrero. The 2-0. Outside again to Busch. 3-0. Seiya Suzuki on deck. He's 2 for 2 today, including a 2-run double. Again, we're only in the third.
Yeah.
The 3-0. Called strike. Busch was taken all the way, and Fisher spun a slider in there. Busch waits. Long set. And now the 3-1. It's low. Ball 4. So now the Cubs have 2 on with 2 away, and Seiya Suzuki will bat once again.
3-0, 3-1 slider from Fisher. I'll tell you that he has more confidence by far in the slider command than he does his fastball.
Be interesting if in the on-deck circle, Seiya was following along like you just did and picked up that quick scouting report. 2 on, 2 away. Cubs up 7-1. We're in the bottom of the third. Suzuki waits. Fisher deals. And that pitch is a curveball that floats into the zone for a strike, 0-1.
It's kind of an old-fashioned curveball over the top. Kind of a 12-6 curveball.
Fisher checks second. That's where Crow Armstrong is. A long set. Here's the 0-1. Seiya pops it up. Left side on the outfield grass. It's the shortstop Jimenez fighting the sun. Makes the catch. And then juggles the ball and caught it again. That's why you heard the crowd go ooh and ah there. Out number 3. Cubs strand 2. We head to the fourth. 7-1 Cubs over the Blue Jays. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fan.
There's a lot going on when Ohtani pitches and hits. So there goes Ohtani. Shohei lighting up the highlights already. It's a leadoff home run after he struck out 3 at the top of the first. And the Dodgers lead it 1-0. He hit 55 in the regular season, a Dodger record. And he's gone deep for the 3rd time this postseason, his first of the championship series.
The beauty of this jersey is the field texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Top of the fourth inning we go. Cubs lead the Blue Jays 7-1. Out of town scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon.
As Jesus Sanchez looks at a ball outside, 1-0 the count.
So close, Zach. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. We'll take you around the NL Central in just a moment, Zach.
Ben Brown on the mound. Here's the pitch to Sanchez. That misses outside again. 2-0 the count. We are in the top of the fourth. Cubs up 7-1 over the Jays.
So the rest of the NL Central actually is on the road. Reds are at the Yankees, Brewers at the Braves, Cardinals at the Royals, Pirates are at the Rockies.
Thank you very much. Here comes the 2-0. Soft-moving ground ball hit to short, fielded by Swanson. Running throw to first in time to get Sanchez. 1 away. And the first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
A good start to the inning. Browning, a little soft little ground ball to Dansby to get the first out. And that's what Browning is going to be looking to do, getting quick outs and stay on that mound and keep this lead at 7-1.
Yohendrick Pinango at the plate, and he looks at a fastball for a strike. The count is 0-1. Pinango, a one-time Cub farmhand. He was traded to Toronto. Remember the deal that brought the hard-throwing right-hander Nate Pearson to the Cubs? As that pitch is fouled back. Looked like it took a bite out of Carson Kelly. 0-2 the count. Happened back in 2024. That's where Pinango ended up going to the Blue Jays. The 0-2. Popped up left side, foul territory, but this one blows into the stands. 0-2.
Now Nance warming up in the bullpen for Blue Jays. They may, try to do a 1 inning, maybe 1 inning plus for a bunch of guys and see if they can not everybody get a little use, but not burn out any one guy too bad and kind of keep their bullpen intact without having to make a roster move for tomorrow's game.
Yeah. Pinango fouled back that last pitch out of play. The next pitch outside, 1-2. Yeah, Kevin Gausman, the starter, went just 2 innings. Charged with all 7 runs on 7 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. He threw 68 pitches. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Outside to Pinyango, 2-2 the count. 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Cubs with a 7-1 lead. Brown working on the first base side of the rubber. Sets above the belt, works his motion and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As he gets Pinyango with a knuckle curve. And Coom, you know what that means. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Great pitch by Brownie. This is the perfect knuckle curve for the punch-out. It starts out mid-thigh. You're on it as the hitter. You're thinking this is going to be a strike, and it ends up in the hitting zone just above the shoot tops. Perfect location for Brownie with that knuckle curve.
Alejandro Kirk swings and misses. Took a hefty cut at another knuckle curve from Ben Brown. The count is 0-1. 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Cubs 7, Blue Jays 1. Kirk flat out his first time up. Stocky right-handed batter, but powerful. The 0-1. Another swing and miss as Brown doubles up on the knuckle curve. 0-2.
We're talking on Kirk's first at bat. He's only got 36 at bats and a fractured thumb. Went on the injured list in April.
He swings and misses at a 3rd straight knuckle curve. Strike 3. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Blue Jays go down in order here in the top of the 4th. Middle 4. 7-1 Cubs on the score.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, yeah. I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
7-1 Cubs as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hey, speaking on Hometown Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Here's Zach and Coom.
Judson, thank you. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Blue Jays to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. It's former Cub Tommy Nance who takes over. 1-2 this season, 25 games, a 4.38 ERA. Cubs up 7-1 over Toronto. As Ian Happ will dig in. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Ian Happ at the plate. The pitch is low for a ball. Now, as I was reading that commercial read for Sloan moments ago, I saw you out of the corner of my eye, Coom, point to the video board, which means I missed something good.
I'm not quite sure about that.
Here's the 1-0. Happ looks at a ball high and outside. It's 2-0.
There is a group here in the suites that there had to be 20 of them. How many seats are in the suite? 18 to 25, depending on which one you have, or 30-person suite, something like that.
Right. The 2-0 delivery to Happ. He swings, lines one deep down the right field line, and this one will be a foul ball. It's out of our view. 2-1 the count.
That ball hooks down the right field line about 2 rows deep. But they're all dressed in superhero outfits.
Oh.
Yeah. Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Zach-Man.
It's a very different kind of superhero.
He's got red hair, that guy.
He's handsome. The 2-1. This is fisted foul out of play off to the left. My hair was a big topic of conversation in the clubhouse.
And the manager's show everywhere. Yeah, you were big hit today.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I would say I was noticeable, but hit is a different story. 2-2 the count. Man steals, and Happ looks at a ball low. He's worked a full count.
Was that the Joker, Coop?
Oh. Now, see, we're getting somewhere. There you go. Now, he would be the villain, right?
Yes. A lot of interesting villains in the Batman series. Here's the payoff pitch. Happ swings, and it's a high fly ball to left center field, ranging over Lucas at the track near the wall, has a play and makes the catch right in front of the 368 marker in left center field. Allowed out by Happ, one away.
Ball well struck. Ian hits this ball right into left center. Yeah, and Lucas makes this catch, and he's probably one step in front of that 368 marker to haul this one in.
Here comes Matt Shaw with one down in the bottom of the fourth. Cubs leading the Blue Jays 7-1. Shaw, the right fielder today. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Nance. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And a slider 0-1. Cubs made a move prior to today's ball game. They recalled outfielder Justin Dean. He's a speed threat. Played with the Dodgers last season, including the World Series against these Blue Jays. The 0-1. Fouled off the netting to the right by Shaw. 0-2 the count. To bring up Dean, the Cubs sent down Moises Ballesteros, who's hitting .231 with 6 home runs and 23 RBIs in 59 games for the Cubs this season.
Yeah, Ballesteros, he got off to a great spring, got off to a great start, and then, has had some issues. The league kind of just changed their pattern against him.
Shaw hits a high fly ball deep left center field. Going back, Pinango at the track has a play right in front of the wall. He makes the catch. Another loud out, this time by Shaw, 2 away.
Shaw hits this ball pretty well. It's breaking ball inside. He hits it off the end of the bat just enough to keep it in the ballpark. Well, we're talking about Ballesteros, and I think early in the season they went soft on him and trying to throw soft stuff, and that was right in his wheelhouse, and he had a great start to the year. Then they changed from that to more hard stuff up.
Nico Horner swings, fouls this one out of play off to the right, 0-1.
And that got him into some bad habits, chasing the high fastball, and he never really got out of that habit. And then from there, you become a lot more vulnerable when you're chasing balls out of the zone. And I just think he'll go back down to the minor leagues and get a bunch of at-bats regularly and see if he can get them back on track, because he has a great swing.
The 0-1, Nico grounds one softly to third, fielded by a charging Okamoto. His throw to first in time to get a hustling Horner for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth. Cubs up 7-1 over the Blue Jays on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're gonna call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother, so that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Let's go places.
Top of the fifth here at Wrigley Field. It's the Cubs 7, Blue Jays 1. Ben Brown on the mound. The batter, Nathan Lucas, left-handed hitting center fielder against the right-hander Brown, who kicks and fires. And Lucas looks at a knuckle curve for a strike. 0-1 the count. Cubs struck for all of their runs in the first inning. The big hit, a Carson Kelly grand slam off of Kevin Gausman. The pitch. Off the outside, check swing. Did he go on appeal? No, says Mike Estabrook, the third base umpire. Count 1-1 on Lucas. Ben Brown has been phenomenal since entering the rotation. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Lucas. And a fastball, 1-2. So entering play today, Coombs. 7 starts since moving into the rotation this season for Brown. A 1.49 ERA.
Been outstanding since he's been thrown into this situation.
Lucas lines one to left center field past a diving PCA. This will roll all the way to the wall, and Lucas ends up at second base with a double.
Line driving the gap in left center. Pete he gets good break on this ball, but it's just a line drive, and he lays out. He just comes up short and doesn't make contact with the ball, and then once it gets past him, it's going to go all the way to the ivy. Ian has to chase this ball down, and it'll be an easy stand-up double.
Kazama Okamoto at the plate. Powerful right-handed batter. The pitch is inside for a ball as Brown misses with a knuckle curve. It's a 7-1 lead for the Cubs. There's no one out here in the top of the fifth. Lucas with good speed at second base. The pitch. Okamoto pulls one on the ground. Behind third, fielded by Bregman. His throw across in time. One away. Staying at second, Lucas.
Okamoto, he is a guy that I'm looking forward to watching hit and take batting practice and just kind of see him. He's off to a great start. 15 bombs already this season.
A first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Davis Schneider digs in, right-handed batter. And he looks at a knuckle curve. That's called a ball, but Carson Kelly will challenge. And Kelly has an excellent hit rate when it comes to these challenges from behind the plate. Taking a look at the replay, and it is a ball.
The call is confirmed. Chicago has one challenge remaining.
Just high along the inner edge. So the Cubs lose a challenge, which is a lot easier to take when you're up 7-1.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
Here in the fifth inning. Brown checks second. That's where Lucas is. The 1-0, and Schneider takes a big swing and a miss at a knuckle curve. So 1-1 the count. Blue Jays entering play today 37-38 after sweeping the Red Sox to start the week at Fenway. Now the 1-1. Schneider hits a high fly ball, left center field. Crow Armstrong fighting the sun. Just short of the track, makes the catch to the left of the 368 marker, 2 away.
This ball skied to left center. Pete has showed all, the couple fly balls, the real high fly balls have been an issue for everybody. Yeah, Pete makes that play, but I'm sure your eyes are burning right about now because everybody's having trouble with the sun.
Yeah, not a cloud in the sky directly above Wrigley Field at the moment. Andres Jimenez at the plate. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. A sinker from Brown, 0-1. Lucas at second base with 2 away here in the top of the fifth. Cubs with a 7-1 lead over Toronto. Brown checks second, works his motion and deals. And a big swing and a miss by Jimenez in the hole. 0-2, blazing 97-mile-per-hour heater. But yeah, it is surprising that the Blue Jays, who came this close to winning the championship last year, upgraded. Okamoto, one of the reasons. They added Dylan Cease. But it hasn't clicked so far this season for Toronto. The 0-2. And a high fly ball to left, angling toward the line. Happ, he's fighting the sun, makes the catch. Out number 3, Lucas stranded at second base after a leadoff double. Middle 5, Cubs 7, Toronto 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Live in the Chicagoland area? Get all the Cubs games on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
Straw covering some ground as he always does. Loops one into C. Nunez, gonna track it down. What a play. Outstanding. Diving, and he takes a hit away from Lowe. A.J. Ewing showing off his speed. How about stop making the play? Wow, that was awesome.
Can we just give this guy a gold glove?
Lined out to center. Dubon with a diving grab. Straw back. Oh, and he made the catch.
Hard in-liner to Machado, caught at the shoot top. Turang fields, tags the runner, throws to first in time. Oh, what a job by Bryce Turang.
It'll be Lucas making the catch. Boy, that took him way back.
Fantastic play, but a couple exclamation points by Nick Kurtz doing it defensively.
Makes that over-the-shoulder catch look so easy.
And that's a great play by Pete. Still backing up all the way to the wall. And Corbin runs it down.
Makes a running, sliding catch. Great play.
Manuel Isa.
Wow, what a catch out of nowhere.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel.
20. We're more than just amazing suits.
Tuesday, June 30th is University of Michigan night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition New Era Cubs in Michigan cap. Here's Zach.
Judson, thank you. Carson Kelly digs in. Tommy Nance steals, and Kelly looks at a strike. Slider right along the outside edge. Count 0-1. Cubs with a 7-1 lead over the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kelly, a big reason why, hit a grand slam in a 7-run first inning. The pitch. Kelly check swing and a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says Malachi Moore, the first base umpire. Cubs historian Ed Hartig pointing something interesting out. And I'll share it following this pitch. The 1-1. Slow-moving bouncing ball to short. Charging Jimenez. Fields on a belt-high hop. Throw across in time to get Kelly. One away here in the bottom of the 5th. So with today's 7-run first inning, the Cubs have recorded 7-run innings in back-to-back games for the first time since 2001. And Coom, it's the first time it's happened at Wrigley Field since 1984.
Really?
How about that?
So 2001. That was the ball club I was on here in Chicago. The Cubs.
Dansby Swanson fouls back the first pitch he sees from Nance, 0-1. In 2001, it was a July 4th game against the Mets. Cubs scored 7 runs in an inning in that game, and then a July 5th game in Detroit. And I'm sure you remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that one. I had a pretty good day that day.
Swanson looks at a ball off the outside, 0-1. I can fire up the Google machine, but somehow I don't think I have to. I think you can recall what you did in that game off the top of your head.
I had a good game. We'll leave it at that.
You're going to make me look it up, aren't you? Here's the 1-1. Swanson looks at a ball inside. It's now 2-1.
I got a couple hits. Might have drove in a few runs. It was all good.
Yeah.
We won. That was the key.
You're always all about the team, even here in the booth, so I appreciate that. The 2-1. Swanson fouls it back. 2-2 the count.
Coom, what happened on July 4th?
On July 4th, I'm not sure. Fireworks went off.
Yeah. Not for you.
That's all right.
Pretty good hitter in front of you, though.
Slamming Sammy. He hit in front of me that day.
Swanson, it's a ground ball to third. Bobbled behind the bag by Okamoto. His throw to first, not in time. Swanson beats it out.
Yeah, hard hit ground ball, and Okamoto kind of gets his feet stuck. He doesn't move him at all. And he's just going to field this ball, and that makes it very difficult on an infielder. If you don't get any movement going, everything gets stiff, and, I always call it stuck. You're stuck there, and that ball ate him up and just was unable to field it cleanly.
Time called, and manager John Schneider making the walk out to the mound. He wants the baseball from the right-hander Nance, and we're going to have a pitching change here at Wrigley Field. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
It's the great mascot race. Here's the pitch. And they're off. Look at them go. It's a close race. Listen to that crowd. They're heading for home. Here they come. It's the play at the plate. It's Billy the Marlin. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
On a big stage.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Back at Wrigley Field, we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cubs have a man on base with one away and a 7-1 lead over the Blue Jays. Left-hander Brendan Little takes over. Faced Pete Crow Armstrong. He's reached base 3 times so far today. A walk and a couple of singles. Lefty-lefty matchup. Little kicks and delivers, and PCA looks at a ball up high. And the Blue Jays are going to challenge this. Alejandro Kirk immediately tapping the top of his head after that pitch was called a ball. And it did clip the zone.
Toronto has 2 remaining.
Right at the top along the outside edge. So the count 0-1 now on PCA.
Ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Third baseman Okamoto in. Swanson at first, being held on by Guerrero. The 0-1. Crow Armstrong looks at a ball low. 1-1 the count. So in that game, July 5th, 2001, this was an impressive game by you, Coom. The pitch off the outside. So 2-1 the count. This was the game against the Mets. And Coom, you had 4 hits, drove in 4 runs, left the yard once in that game.
Old Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
Yep, I hit
Swanson goes. The pitch is low and outside for a ball. 3-1. Give Dansby a stolen base. No throw by Kirk.
Dansby kind of hop, and go. It's always surprising to me when a lefty's looking right at the guy and he doesn't step off when the guy takes off early.
Here comes the 3-1. That's way outside to PCA. Ball 4. Once again, the Cubs putting pressure on the Blue Jays. Men at first and second with one down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Got a 7-1 lead, and Alex Bregman will dig in.
Now, you had to go to a lot of ball games at Shea, right?
Did?
Yeah.
Very different ballpark than the one we're in right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Or the one on the other side of town in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old one, Yankee Stadium.
I you know what? I really like what they did now for the Mets. The new ballpark, Citibank Field.
Yeah.
Citi Field.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful ballpark.
Alex Bregman at the plate. He looks at a strike from Little. Fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour, 0-1.
And it's made for good stories and everything. You know, it's very good. Yeah.
We'll be there.
That was for you, Pat.
A line drive hit to right. Dropping back, Sanchez makes the catch. Tagging and heading to third is Swanson. Throw goes to second base. So the Cubs now have men at the corners with 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and Michael Busch will stand in.
So, folks, Pat has a few days off he is taking, and he is fine. He's hanging out at the house. Let's see, it's 3 o'clock. Cubs up 7-1. Fetch in the backyard with the dogs about now, and salmon in about an hour and a half. What do you think? Am I
100%.
close?
Yeah,
Am I close?
It's like you know the routine.
Yeah.
Good scouting report, Coon. Michael Busch at the plate. Brendan Little on the mound working on the first base side of the rubber. The left-hander deals, and Busch looks at a strike. Slider that spins into the zone on the inside edge. 0-1 the count. Swanson at third. Crow Armstrong at first. You got to figure he will be running here at some point. And a throw over to first. That one high. Guerrero had to lunge to make the catch.
That one, that's about as close as you can come to throwing a ball away. Guerrero does a great job of going and getting this ball. I mean, he has to go around Pete, and the ball thrown way in behind Pete Crow Armstrong as he's going back to the bag.
So men at the corners. Pete Crow Armstrong, big lead at first. Swanson at third. The batter, Busch, 0-1 the count. Little sets above the belt, looks at first, and deals. Busch swings, and it's a high fly ball down the left field line, ranging over Piñango near the sidewall, but this one's out of play in the stands. 0-2.
Wind might be picking up just a little bit, blowing towards that left field corner. Maybe towards the foul pole from right to left. And any ball going down that left field line now is going to get pushed into the seats if it's down the line.
Cubs looking to add to their lead. They're up 7-1 here with 2 away in the last of the fifth. Men at the corners. Busch waits for the 0-2. Little delivers. That one's low. 1-2, a knuckle curve.
Coming to you live all season long in the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Busch hits out of a crouch from the left side. Little working on the extreme first base side of the rubber. PCA extends his lead off the first base bag. He goes. The pitch. Check swing. No throw by Kirk. It's low and outside. Ball 2. Stolen base for PCA. That's his second of the ball game. He now has 18 on the year.
Another, big jump by Pete. He's going first movement, and this isn't even going to. Kirk's not even going to think of throwing to second base. Pete steals that base standing up.
But a base hit here can bring home 2 runs. Busch waits for the 2-2. The pitch. Pulled on the ground, foul off to the right. Swanson at third base. Crow Armstrong at second. 2 away, bottom of the fifth inning. Busch at the plate with a 2-2 count. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Every Cub has reached base in this game so far. The 2-2. Low. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Kirk, so Busch has worked a full count. Swanson at third base, Crow Armstrong at second. 3-2 the count on the batter Busch with Brendan Little on the mound. Lefty-lefty matchup. 7-1 Cubs over the Blue Jays. A long set, and now the payoff pitch. Bush grounds one right back to the pitcher, Little. Underhand toss to Guerrero at first in time for out number 3. Cubs leave 2 in scoring position. We head to inning number 6. Cubs 7, Blue Jays 1 on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on.
And here's Will Smith, a chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one left center field. It is gone! Number 16, time and again in clutch time. Pitching change for the Diamondbacks after some birthday and bobblehead night magic from Will Smith. From down 1 to up 1.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
And with fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day, Grand makes it easy to upgrade your home with the latest appliance innovations. Shop grandappliance.com or one of their 12 Chicagoland locations to learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. To ensure that your business goals get across home plate, consider relocating to the Village of Bedford Park. Learn more at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Cubs with a 7-1 lead over the Blue Jays as we begin the top half of the 6th inning here at Wrigley Field. Ben Brown on the mound, George Springer at the plate. And Brown deals. Springer looks at a ball low, a sinker that missed. 1-0 the count. Cubs scoring all of their runs in the first inning. The big hit, a grand slam by Carson Kelly. Seiya Suzuki also had a 2-run double in the frame. The pitch. Check swing, doesn't matter. Called strike, a knuckle curve that floats into the zone. 1-1 the count on Springer. Blue Jays with just 3 hits. One of them an RBI single by the man at the plate, Springer. It came in the third. The pitch. A ground ball foul off to the left by Springer. 1-2 the count. Brown working on the first base side of the rubber, sets above the belt, works his motion. Here comes the 1-2. That one misses. High and inside with a knuckle curve. 2-2 the count now with Springer at the plate.
That pitch just missed inside by Brownie. That knuckle curve, that's a pretty good one, even though it was high.
Now the pitch. High fly ball hit to deep left. Happ goes back at the track near the wall, looks up, it's gone. Just above the auxiliary scoreboard in straight left. George Springer with a solo shot to begin the 6th inning for the Blue Jays. It's now 7-2 Cubs.
Yeah, this ball's well struck, no doubt. Springer, quality hitter. He's not off to the best of starts for him, but, you know, you make a mistake against him and he can make you pay. Brownie trying to stay aggressive, and I don't mind that at all. You stay aggressive and stay in the strike zone and keep churning out innings. You know, the solo shots aren't going to kill you when you're up 7-1.
First home run Brown has given up in a long time. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. He pops up the first pitch, shallow right center, dropping back to second baseman Horner, gives way to Shaw, finding the sun, makes the catch for out number 1. A first out sponsored by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
The batter, Jesus Sanchez. Brown starts him off with a fastball low, 1-0 the count, alongside Ron Coomer. Zach Zaidman in for Pat today. We are in the top half of the 6th inning. 7-2 Cubs over the Blue Jays, the opener of a 3-game set. The 1-0 from Brown. Sanchez looks at a fastball for a strike, 1-1. So Brown entered play today with 61 2/3 consecutive innings of homerless baseball until that home run moments ago to begin the 6th inning by George Springer of the Blue Jays.
It's impressive, right? Really is. What he has done since being thrown into the rotation, his first couple starts where he was still on kind of a pitch count, and since then he has just taken off. You know, it's been fun to watch. We always talk about this. It's fun to watch young players get an opportunity and then really take advantage, and I think Brownie is one of those. He's always had a great arm, but he is taking advantage of this opportunity.
A 1-2, high and tight, spinning Sanchez off the plate. He's not happy about that blazing 96-mile-per-hour fastball inside, 2-2. The next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, as he gets him with the knuckle curve. 2 away.
Now we got some guests in the booth today. We've had a couple guests. We've had some sponsors, but one of my managers of Coombs Corners here, Christy Holler. Yep. And her husband, Steve, come to the ball game today. Said it's a little cold down in the shadows, but we'll have to get them out to the bleachers. Maybe a flight out there might help it out.
Yohendrick Pinango looks at a ball low. The count is 1-0.
Uh-huh. I was wondering there for a while if they were still Cub fans, but I see. Yeah, we're all in with the Cub stuff. Yep.
The next pitch also low. 2-0 the count on Pinango. That wasn't even a question, I hope.
No, it was not.
Cubs up 7-2 with 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Brown waits. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike with a fastball at 95 mph. 2-1 the count. Brown working quickly. Here's the pitch. A high fly ball hit left center field. On the track, half short of the wall, makes the catch for out number 3.
Great to have you guys here today. Yeah.
Middle 6. 7-2 Cubs on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Alex Bregg.
If you're feeling crabby, check out some of these wild and weird moments from around the league.
Since going to tag out Bowers, who had the crab crawl back toward first base.
Is this 1-1-1-3 on the putout?
Of course, catching it is one thing.
Whoa!
Go through the 5-hole?
Yeah, it sure did.
Now that's what you call really struggling.
Now let's see some animal instincts on display in the field.
Nico! Behind the back, what a play!
Get a load of this.
Say hey, Austin Martin right. He made an incredible catch! And a liner caught by a leaping Bobby Witt Jr.
No question about that one.
Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch.
Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball. Oh, highlight reel stuff from David Hamilton.
How about that?
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
The Blue Jays 7-2 as we make our way to the bottom of the 6th inning. Who's on deck? Sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Isaiah Suzuki gets the Cubs started. Here's Sam.
Thank you very much, Judson. The Blue Jays have a new first baseman taking over for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Charles McAdoo takes over. McAdoo playing first now. Brendan Little still on the mound for Toronto. And the batter is Seiya Suzuki, the Cubs cleanup man. A little left-hander with the high leg kick. Here's the pitch, way outside, 1-0 the count.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Well, it's been Flight was a grand slam by Carson Kelly. That's a big swing of the bat. That in Flight really works.
Yeah, part of a 7-run first inning. It's the biggest of big flies, right? The grand slam.
Yeah, you can't get any better than that.
7-2 Cubs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Suzuki waits. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss at a slider. 2-1 the count. We mentioned Seiya, the Cubs cleanup man, and Cubs cleanup hitters are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Samsung kitchen today. GrandAppliance.com. A long set. Now the 2-1. Seiya looks at ball 3 off the outside, a slider that missed. Seiya's 2 for 3, and again, we just started the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-run double and a single. The 3-1 delivery. Seiya lines it foul into the Cubs dugout along the third base line. So it's a full count. Cubs with 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Toronto 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error.
Kind of keeping an eye on the flags in center field, and they are starting to blow harder and harder towards straight left.
Ball 4 outside. Seiya begins the 6th inning with a walk.
Not what you're looking for with the wind starting to blow out here at Wrigley Moore. Walks have been the big downfall for Toronto today, and the Cubs have, you know, it's kind of like early in the season, Zay, when we would talk about when the offense was really clipping it. Whenever the opposing team made a mistake, the Cubs capitalized. I think that's exactly what you could say about today's ballgame.
Ian Happ swings and misses. So right, Kuhn, that was a slider from Little. Cubs have really done that the last few games.
Yeah, 2 series wins in a row. That's right.
Cubs 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position as Happ swings and misses awkwardly at a slider low. The count is 0-2. But the encouraging sign is, especially from the right side, we're seeing some of those slumping bats begin to wake up. The 0-2. Happ grounds one up the middle and through for a base hit. So now the Cubs have men at first and second with no one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Matt Shaw due up.
Well, Matty, he walked and scored in that 7-run first. He's put some good swings on the ball with nothing really to show for it other than the walk. See if he can do a little damage. He flew out to deep left center field and deep center here so far in this ball game.
All right, so here's Shaw with men at first and second. Coombe, no one out. Cubs up 7-2. Third baseman Okamoto playing even with the bag as Shaw looks at a slider for a strike. 0-1. With Pap off, by the way, I like what we did last time out. We're going to have Judson do this date in baseball history.
I like it, yeah. He's been on a roll.
He has been.
Yeah. I think we're getting on a plane here after the ball game.
Going to Vegas. Here's the 0-1. Shaw fouls it back off the screen, 0-2.
Karnak the Magnificent back here.
That's right. Zach, this day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. You remember Mickey Tettleton?
Yeah, I played against
him?
Mickey many years, yeah. Switch hitting catcher.
The 0-2. Shaw takes strike 3, a knuckle curve that just clipped the outside edge at the top of the zone for strike 3. Shaw's retired, 1 away.
Guys, June 19th, 1994, the Tigers homer in their 25th consecutive game, which tied a record when Mickey Tettleton went deep against the Toronto Blue Jays.
See, it all comes together. Nico Horner at the plate and looks at a strike, a slider on the outside edge, 0-1.
He ended up going to Texas and playing in Arlington Park. The ballpark in Arlington was the name of the stadium. And that jet stream blowing out the right center, and that, oh my gosh, he just wore out the upper deck in right field. He could hit. Felt like a turnstile at third base, the Twins there for a few years when you'd go to Arlington.
Nico swings and lines a one-hopper off the glove of the second baseman, Schneider. Everyone's safe. Bases now loaded for the Cubs.
Now we'll see if they give this a base hit or not. It's a questionable play for the second baseman. The ball's hit. It's smoked to the backhand side, and they are going to give it a hit for Nico. And as we were talking about earlier today, and we're watching his batting practice, and said that is what you're looking for. You're looking for the line drive to the middle of the diamond, left center, right center from Nico. And that when you start seeing that in the games and in BP, that's when you know he's going to be back on track. That was a bullet.
So Horner with 2 hits today. Carson Kelly digs in once again. The base is loaded for him. Here's the pitch, way outside. 1-0. And I mentioned that because Kelly hit a grand slam in the first.
Well, you hit 2 grand slams in a day. That steak tastes really good after that ball game.
And you mentioned something about the wind. It's blowing hard out to left now. Little kicks and fires. Kelly bounces it foul off to the left, 1-1.
See, now, if I was sitting here and I already went deep for a grand slam, there is no doubt I would be trying to hit another one. Absolutely 100% no doubt. I'd be trying to hit one over that scoreboard, that Wind Trust sign and left.
If we had Carson Kelly mic'd right now, he'd probably say the same thing. Infield halfway in. Here's the pitch. Kelly swings and misses at a slider low. 1-2 the count. Suzuki's at third base. Happ is at second. Horner at first. 1 down, bottom 6. Cubs up 7-2 over the Blue Jays and looking for more. Little, the left-hander, on the first base part of the rubber. Sets up high. Now the 1-2. That's low. Blocked by the catcher, Kirk. Runners stay where they are. Bases remain loaded. 2-2 the count on Kelly.
Hey, Kirk does such a good job on the ball in the dirt. He's not a big, tall guy. He's pretty stout, but he does a very good job of sliding and keeping that ball smothered around home plate. I remember watching the World Series last year and how good a job he did behind the dish.
Kelly waits for the 2-2 with the bases loaded. Here it comes. That's low. It's worked a full count.
Now they got to come in there. He crunches one here. He might get a standing ovation till tomorrow.
Listen to the crowd here at Wrigley Field on their feet. Can Kelly do it again? Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Another run comes home as Suzuki scores. Give Carson Kelly another RBI. It's 8-2 Cubs over the Blue Jays here in the 6th.
Great at-bat for Carson, not chasing that ball inside. That ball down and in, and he walks and gets another RBI. That's his 5th RBI of the ball game. Just a great at-bat.
And that'll be all for Brendan Little. Manager John Schneider is going to make a pitching change for Toronto. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. 8-2 Cubs. Bases still loaded, 1 away, and Dansby Swanson due up. This is the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so we'll wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams.
Just one away, Dansby Swanson at the plate. The Cubs leading the Blue Jays 8-2. Infield in for Toronto as Swanson digs in. He singled earlier in the game. Miles delivers, Swanson swings, bouncing ball foul off to the left, 0-1.
See if Dansby can get one of these. You know he's going to see some breaking balls in this at bat. See if he can at least stay towards left center field where he got the base hit earlier in the ballgame.
Miles 3-1 with a 3.30 ERA in 20 games this season. Here's the 0-1. Swanson swings and misses a blazing 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Miles, 0-2.
That was pretty good gas right at the top of the zone.
Bases loaded, just one away. 8-2 Cubs, and they're looking for more. Here's the 0-2. High and tight to Swanson. Ducks out of the way. Another 97-mile-per-hour heater. 1-2.
Outfield playing around towards right center against Dansby.
Miles deals. Swanson fouls it back off the netting to the right, 1-2.
I like that swing by Dansby. That's a good sign. That was a fastball inside, and he fouled it towards the Toronto dugout. That means he is letting the ball carry and, you know, trying to be accountable also, not only for the fastball, but the slider that he sees so much. That is a good sign.
Swanson calls time, steps out of the box, haps at third, corners at second. The man at first is Kelly for the Cubs. One down, bottom six, 8-2 Cubs in the opener of this three-game set against the Blue Jays. Swanson at the plate with a 1-2 count. Miles on the mound. The kick and pitch. Low and outside, misses with a curve, 2-2. Cubs have been making these Blue Jays pitchers today work.
They really have. Early in the ballgame, too. Gosman with 4 walks in that first inning.
Now the 2-2. Low and outside, Dansby's worked a full count.
Now you got to get geared up for the fastball, right? And that's his best pitch. Miles has tried to throw breaking balls, but hasn't been able to throw them for a strike. See if Dansby gets a good heater to hit here.
Ground at its feet here at Wrigley. Bases loaded. The payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4.
They're going to challenge this pitch. It's up and away. Kirk catches this ball. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Let's see what we got.
It's a ball.
Ball is confirmed. Toronto has 1 challenge remaining.
High and away, and the Cubs score another run as Dansby Swanson draws a bases-loaded walk. 9-2 Cubs over the Blue Jays here in the 6th.
Back-to-back bases-loaded walks for the Cubs to drive in 2 here in the bottom of the 6th.
And here comes Pete Crow Armstrong. Bases still loaded for the Cubs, just 1 away. 9-2 the Cubs lead. Crow Armstrong has reached base 4 times. The pitch. Whacks it foul behind the plate. 0-1.
You know what Pete's looking to do. There's no doubt in my mind he's looking to hit one on the Sheffield right about now. Can't say I blame him.
It's going to be tough, the wind blowing out to left.
He crunches one to straight right. It's no issue. Given a little bit of time here.
And that last pitch.
Ball, it hit Kirk off the forehead of the mask, and he's trying to shake the cobwebs loose. That was a 97-mile-an-hour heater, and then the foul tip hit him like in the forehead area, I believe, of the mask.
He's got that goalie-style mask.
Yeah, that helps, but 100 miles an hour off the face, that's, you know, you can guard it all. That's still jarring.
The Blue Jays trainer, along with manager John Schneider, briefly went out to take a look at Kurt, and apparently he's okay. He's going to stay in the game. So the count is 0-1. Crow Armstrong at the plate, crowd on its feet. Cubs have the bases loaded. 9-2 lead, just one away here in the 6th. Miles delivers. Crow Armstrong whacks it foul off his foot. It's now 0-2.
Big breaking ball. That one stayed up, but beat a little out in front and hooked that ball right off his front foot.
He'd have to take a big circle in front of home plate.
37 driven in now. Batting average all the way up to 281. He has been some kind of hot here lately.
Infield in, bases loaded, 0-2 the count. Miles delivers, high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With PCA at the plate.
Everybody here at Reagular, most fans have continued to stand here in the lower level. They want to see Pete launch one.
The pitch. Crow Armstrong lines one to right. It drops in for a base hit. 1 run scores, and it's now 10-2 Cubs here in the 6th inning. As Horner crosses home plate, bases remain loaded. RBI single for Pete Crow Armstrong, his 3rd hit of the ballgame.
Pete has been, here's how you win ball games, folks. Your leadoff hitter has been on base 5 times in the game, a walk, a run scored, a single, a stolen base, a single in the 3rd, a walk in the 5th, and now an RBI single here in the 6th.
Still only 1 away, Cubs up 10-2. Alex Bregman at the plate with the bases loaded. And the pitch. In there for a strike, sinking fastball, 0-1.
Cubs with a 10-2 lead here, and we're only in the 6th.
Kelly at 3rd, Swanson at 2nd, Crow Armstrong at 1st. The 0-1 to Bregman. Fouled out of play off to the right. 0-2.
Miles with a very good arm. That's a 2-seam fastball at 97 miles an hour.
Miles, the right-handed rookie, peers in. Acknowledges the sign from Kirk. Straightens up. First base side of the rubber. Sets above the belt. The kick and pitch. High and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count on Bregman. You mentioned this during the Colorado series. Cubs were slumping as a team. You said maybe they'll break out of it as a team, and it started to happen. The 1-2. Bregman bounces one on the left side, fielded by the 3rd baseman Okamoto to 2nd for 1, on to 1st. It's dropped by McAdoo at 1st. Bregman safe. Another run comes in. 11-2 Cubs as Kelly scores.
Even if this ball's caught at first base, Bregman's going to beat this throw by a step and a half at first. Ball just trickles away a little bit from McAdoo at first base, but another run driven in, and that's what you want to do. You got to make contact, put the ball in play, and keep driving in those runs.
What a game for the Cubs, and what a 6th inning. Put a 4 spot on the board, looking for more, as Michael Busch digs in with men at the corners and 2 away. Spencer Miles on the hill. Here's the pitch. Busch looks at a strike, a curveball that spins into the zone, 0-1. Bregman now with 2 RBIs on the afternoon. He's at 1st, Swanson at 3rd. Busch hit the plate with an 0-1 count. The pitch. Up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Busch waits for the 1-1. A long set. Now the pitch. High again. 2 balls and a strike. Busch 0 for 3 with a walk this afternoon. Miles is ready. And the 2-1. Inside almost hit Busch. 3-1. That was a fastball.
Michael should get a good pitch to hit here. Miles already in this inning, just 19 pitches in the inning.
Swanson at third, Bregman at first. 3-1 the count. Bush waits, Miles deals. And a ground ball hit up the middle. Fielded behind the bag by Jimenez. The throw to first in time to get Bush. That is out number 3, but not before the Cubs put 4 more runs on the board. It's an 11-2 lead for the Cubs over the Blue Jays as we head to the 7th.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Partner, you want people you trust. At Consumers Credit Union, you can trust they put you first. Partner with the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back at Wrigley Field, all Cubs this afternoon, the opener of a 3-game set against the Blue Jays. Cubs 11, Toronto 2. We begin the top of the 7th inning. Cubs have a new man on the mound. Right-hander Ethan Roberts takes over for Ben Brown. Alejandro Kirk will lead things off for the Blue Jays here in their half of the 7th inning. The catcher's 0 for 2, right-handed batter. Now the pitch. It's a called strike on the outside edge. Wind has shifted patterns slightly here at Wrigley Field.
Right to our booth.
Yeah, that's blowing in a little bit. The newest Cub is now in center field. The pitch to Kirk is bounced foul off to the left, 0-2. Justin Dean, who was called up from Iowa prior to the start of today's ballgame. Cubs set down Moises Ballesteros. Dean takes over for Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. And PCA, again, we just started the 7th, but he played a game and then some this afternoon with 3 hits, 2 walks, and a run batted in. 0-2 on Kirk. Roberts is ready. A long set. Now the pitch. And a fly ball into the left center field. Happ ranging over towards center makes the catch. 1 away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Good pitch, little slider away to get the fly ball from Roberts. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Center fielder Nathan Lucas now digs in, left-handed batter against the right-hander Roberts. And the pitch. High and outside, ball 1. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And another quality start for Ben Brown. 6 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. The 1-0. Lucas swings and grounds one on the left side, fielded by Bregman in the shortstop area. His throw to first is in time. 2 away.
Good pitch. Nice play by Bregman going to his left to make that play.
Quality starts by Cubs pitchers, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Kazuma Okamoto at the plate, and he looks at a ball low, a sinker that missed from Roberts. Okamoto is 0 for 2 this afternoon. The 1-0. Pulled on the ground, foul off to the left, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, he just missed a home run in his first at bat. He hit one right to the 400-foot sign, and Pete grabbed it maybe one step in front of the ivy in straight center.
And he's got 15 bombs on the year. Roberts delivers. Okamoto swings and misses at a sinker. The count is 1-2. Okamoto hits out of a crouch from the right side. He waits for the 1-2. Here it comes. Low and outside. Sweeper. 2 balls and 2 strikes. $11 runs on 11 hits for the Cubs this afternoon. Toronto 2 runs on just 4 hits. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Roberts gets him with a slow-moving sweeper. That is out number 3. Time to stretch at Wrigley with the Cubs up 11-2. The 7th inning stretch sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you.
Out to the ball game. Marquee Sports Network studio host Cole Wright and analyst and former Cub Cliff Floyd.
Cubs fans, what's the word? 11 runs. Looks like a nice, comfortable lead. Let's keep on pushing. You guys ready to sing it? Let's do it. All right, a 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. So it's root for them. If they don't win, it's a shame. Score is 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, let's get this done. We'll see you on postgame, third base line.
Hey Chicago, this is Dansby Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Remember enjoying those iconic...
The Cubs are on fire and have turned 1060 West Addison Street, aka Wrigley Field, into the hottest address in baseball. This week, the Cubbies flew the W for the 15th straight time, their longest home winning streak since '08. And they're winning in dramatic fashion.
Dansby's going to score. The Cubs are going to walk off the red. 4-ball game. 3 straight walk-off wins in the series against Cincinnati.
At the center of it all is Nico Horner, flat out playing like the best second baseman in baseball. Shota Imanaga has been one of the game's best on the hill with a sub-2.5 ERA.
Nice job by Cole and Cliff conducting the stretch here at Wrigley Field on this Friday afternoon. Cubs up 11-2 as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. And he looks at a strike from the new man on the mound for the Blue Jays, Tyler Rogers. The next pitch is a liner caught at second base, roaming to his left. Schneider makes the catch, and Suzuki is retired. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Cubs leading the Blue Jays 11-2.
Now, always when you see Rogers pitch, he is always one of those guys, you know, for the older fans that were National League fans back in the 70s. Kent Tekulve was a guy that pitched the side armor for Pittsburgh. He was their closer, and that's his style. He releases the ball maybe just a touch above the ankle, believe it or not.
Ian Happ looks at a ball inside. The next pitch is whack, foul off the netting to the left. 1-1 on Happ.
And I always wonder, because you know nobody grows up throwing like that. You know, I mean, your high school coach would be like, yeah, you go play wiffle ball, and you're not playing here.
Happ looks at a strike, fastball, 1-2.
But there comes a time when, you know, in your playing career where either you're hurt or something happens, and now you make an adjustment. And that's the adjustment he made, and it's been very effective. And his ERA is low. He's, you know, under 2.
And a ground ball that hits the mound and bounces into center field for a base hit. Ian Happ with his second hit of the ball game. He comes with 1 away here in the 7th.
And I guess to my point, for anybody out there who's got young people playing or high school kids, college kids, there's no one right way to do it. You know what I mean? There just isn't. And this is proof of it right there.
Yeah, no question. I was talking to Hobie Milner, who has a unique delivery that way from the left side. Matt Shaw digs in, Rogers delivers, and Shaw looks at a ball low, 1-0 the count.
Frisbee missed the corner. That's what it is. It's like hitting a Frisbee, that breaking ball.
Miller was saying in high school he thought he was going to be a center fielder, eventually became a pitcher at the professional level, but he was an overhand thrower.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0. That's off the outside, 2-0. He was in the Philadelphia organization, and they came to him and said, you know, we think you should start throwing sidearm. And he asked why, and he quickly realized they didn't think he would make it.
Yeah, he's on his way out, or else.
Shaw looks at a strike, a sinker at 83 miles per hour, 2-1 the count. But it worked. You know, you start doing it a little bit. You feel comfortable with it. Before long, look at him now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
The 2-1. Inside to Shaw, 3 balls and a strike.
For a right-handed hitter to face Rogers, you know, it is just difficult to pick the ball up. It just is.
Rogers working on the extreme third base side of the rubber. Now the 3-1. Pitch is called a strike. It bounces off the glove of Kirk and rolls to the left.
It's even tough to catch.
Happ stays at first. What was that?
You heard it.
I love that sound.
You don't if you're a catcher. This one, clank.
No harm, no foul. If the runner
Cubs
doesn't
are going to
advance.
shut down the running and all that now.
The payoff pitch. Shaw hits one up the middle, backhand. Oh, it's off the glove of Schneider. Everyone's safe.
See what they give this. It's probably going to be an error. He gets to this ball. It's a tough catch on the backhand side. He gets that in-between hop, and it hits him kind of in the heel of the glove and the thumb of the glove, and doesn't come up with it cleanly, so it will be an error on Snyder at second.
You know what that means, Coom?
Yes, sir.
Errors
go get him, Z.
Errors by Cubs opponents are sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. Nico Horner looks at a slider for a strike, 0-1. We love our good friends from North Shore.
They were here not too long ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're fond of us too, which is fun.
Positive.
Yeah. Last pitch up high, 1-1 the count.
We're trying, Mitch. We're trying.
Cubs threatening again. They have been all game long. Men at first and second with 1 away here in the 7th. The pitch. Horner bounces one on the right side. Oh, snagged with a dive to his left by Schneider. Up on his feet to throw to first in time to get Horner. 2 away. The runners advance to second and third. Happ now at third. Shaw at second. And it'll bring up Carson Kelly. But what a play by Schneider at second.
Great play. And this is Nico. This is his way of swinging his way out of this slump. Now, we've watched the attack going back to the middle and the other way. That's a purposeful swing to hit the hole on the right side. I love it. And I think you're going to see Nico start taking off again. And, you know, that's his natural stroke. So we'll see how things go in the next progression here in the next 3 or 4 games.
Carson Kelly looks at a sinker low. The count is 1-0. 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs have an 11-2 lead. Looking for more with men at second and third. Kelly with a big game. Here's the pitch. Little dribbler up the third base line. And picked up by Rogers. Throw to first. Not in time. Another RBI single for Kelly. As coming in to score is Happ. Moving into third base on the play is Shaw. And it's now 12-2 Cubs here in the 7th.
Yeah, Cubs having a big day. And half of the runs knocked in today, one guy. Carson Kelly with his 6th. That's right, 6th RBI of the ball game. This will be one of those games he'll talk about for a long time. Way to go, Carson. This is a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, one of them a 428-foot grand slam to left center. And the other one, a little dribbler up the third base line for a ribby single. Also drew a walk with the bases loaded. Huge game. Dansby Swanson digs in, looks at a ball low. 1-0 the count.
And we are getting word that is a career high for Carson. 6 RBIs in a ball game.
So we've seen Kelly do some things in a Cubs uniform he's never done before. A cycle last year, and today's big game as Swanson looks at a ball off the outside, 2-0. Shaw's at third, Kelly at first. 2 away here in the 7th. 2-0 the count on the batter, Swanson. The pitch in there for strike, a slider. Righty-righty matchup as Rogers sets belt high, works his motion and deals. Dansby fouls this one back off to the right. 2-2. Seeing some good signs. You mentioned Horner trying to get going by going to the right side. And Dansby Swanson has begun to get in a little bit of a groove here the last couple of games.
That last swing, that's an inside-out swing of trying to use the other side of the field and allowing the ball to carry a little deeper.
Swanson looks at a ball low, 3-2.
Those are all very good signs for Nico Dansby, absolutely.
Shaw at third, Kelly at first, Swanson at the plate, full count. Dansby calls time, steps out of the box, just the batting gloves. He's got the white pants hiked up to the knees, powder blue socks, white shoes. Dansby digs in, hits out of a crouch from the right side, stands deep in the box. A 3-2, up high, ball 4. Cubs have the bases loaded once again. And the newest Cub, Justin Dean, will hit for the first time.
Dansby's been on base in the 9-hole 4 times today. A single and scored a run in the first. He got on an error in the 5th, hit a bullet at the third baseman, and now 2 walks and an RBI. So very nice day for Dansby.
So here is Dean. Played 18 games with the Dodgers last year in the regular season. Was claimed off waivers from San Francisco by the Cubs this year. Was playing in Iowa, got the call up today, and he was a defensive replacement for Pete Crow Armstrong in the top half of this frame. Now getting a chance to hit as a Cub for the very first time. Righty-righty matchup. Rogers delivers. Up high, ball 1.
I think something happened here. You're going to call it the trainer or somebody for Kirk. I'm not sure quite why. I don't know if he's got something in his eye, or I'm just not sure, or he's a little oozy from getting hit. He got hit right in the head. Nah, it might be his eye. Might have something in his eye if he wears contacts. If you remember an inning ago, he got hit right in the forehead with that foul ball. I was wondering if he's having some issues, but I think it's more they're just going to rinse out his eye.
Well, the trainer working on Dean's eye as we speak. Should say Kirk's eye. Dean is at the plate. He's 0 for 2.
Dean's eyes are fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
0 for 2 as a big leaguer, so he's looking for his first major league hit here.
Tough duty as a right-handed hitter. You come in and you're looking for your first big league hit, and you see a sidearm righty.
Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Dean swings and fouls it into the Blue Jays dugout along the first base line.
Yeah, that was a little cue shot. He was out in front and hit it right off the end of the bat.
In 58 games with Iowa, Dean was hitting .238 with 3 home runs. 2 away, 1-1 the count, bases loaded. The pitch, Dean swings and misses.
Okay. 84 miles an hour, but it looks like it's 184 miles an hour when a guy releases it from where he is down below. It's just so tough to pick the ball up. It just really is.
The next pitch is pop foul out of play. Second deck off to the right. 1-2. Shaw is at third base. Kelly is at second. Swanson at first. Dean waits. The 1-2. And a line drive, smoke to right. Sanchez ranging over. It's past him and will roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs are in. Swanson around third. He's racing home. Dean on his way to third base. Gets there standing up. First major league hit for Justin Dean is a 3-run triple.
The fans here at Wrigley, they realize that everybody on their feet. This ball is hit sharply. Sanchez, I don't think, realized how hard Dean hit this ball and gets a bad break, and it just goes over his head. All the way to the ivy. As soon as it got past Sanchez, Dean was at the races. It was either going to be a triple or a homer.
And that'll be all for Rogers as manager John Schneider heads out to the mound and asks for the baseball. The Blue Jays are going to make a pitching change, but how about Justin Dean? First big league hit, a bases clearing triple. And with that triple by Dean, North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org. 15-2 Cubs over the Blue Jays, and they're looking.
And a leadoff laser on the south side.
That is his 29th career leadoff home run, his 5th this season.
Driven high in the air, belted, Blaze Jordan's first big league homer. Unreal.
This is an authenticated pitcher's duel, everybody.
Cam Schlittler got some bullets, 7 innings. He gave up just 1 run.
7 Ks in 7 innings of 1-run ball for Kevin Gausman.
Shallow center field, diving in, catching Cody Clemens with his best defensive play in the outfield this season. Clemens diving, sprawling, great play, ending the 9th inning.
He has been absolutely dominant here today, and it took until the bottom of the 9th inning for the White Sox to do anything against him. Second time he's flirted with a no-hitter in the major leagues.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear.
Acknowledging Justin Dean on the video board in left. They're letting the crowd know that 3-run triple moments ago, the first big league hit for Dean. The new man on the mound for the Blue Jays is outfielder Miles Straw, and his first pitch to Pedro Ramirez is off the outside for ball 1. So we've hit that point in the game where a position player is pitching, and a ground ball, base hit past Okamoto in the left. Another run comes in. Dean scores, RBI single the other way for Pedro Ramirez. It is now 16-2 Cubs over the Blue Jays in the 7th.
Yeah, it's they're just lobbing the ball in there now, and just what you want to do is just make sure for either team, actually, you don't get hurt. And this is where the game gets out of whack, and you just want to finish this game out and be done.
Michael Busch at the plate. He swings and lines one for a base hit in the right center field as Ramirez stops at second base. Cubs with 16 runs on 15 hits today. They've scored 5 times in this 7th inning. Now Seiya Suzuki will dig in and hit for the 2nd time in this frame. He looks at a ball off the outside from Straw. They call that one a slider at 47 miles per hour.
He is not throwing a slider.
The next pitch is a one-hopper off the glove of Okamoto. He bounces in the left field and give Seiya a single. as everyone advances one station, and once again the Cubs have loaded the bases.
Yeah, this ball's hit. It's a bullet at third baseman. He tries to make a play. It hits off his glove, but not much you're going to do with that one.
So Seiya with a 3-hit game. And now Michael Conforto will bat for Ian Happ, left-handed hitter against the right-handed outfielder now on the mound, Miles Straw. Straw works on the first base side of the rubber. Conforto waits, and he looks at a strike. They call it a slider. It's like a pop-up pitch.
Well, I can tell you this. They're not going to challenge balls and strikes right now. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That would be a fine from your own team if you did that. Kangaroo Court.
So the last pitch is outside. The next pitch is popped up on the infield. Straw can't find it right of the mound. He gives way to the second baseman, Schneider, who makes the catch, and that ends the 7th inning, but not before the Cubs put 5 more runs on the board. It's a blowout, 16-2, Cubs over the Blue Jays as we head to the 8th on The Score in the Northwest.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
In baseball, it's important to use your head, but it's not always helpful.
It hit him in the head, and oh no, could be a home run.
Well, Jose, you have company.
And batter beware, the animal is loose.
Can I see that jump again? It looked like Luke Cornett trying to block a 3.
Now, there's top rail, and then there's yelling 4.
He hits him right in the palm of the glove.
It certainly grades an A for effort.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat.
Oh, somebody's throwing a baseball up there from the Mets dugout to try and loosen it.
Shot up the middle, that's where Hyer Lee is, and he drops the ball! Unbelievable.
And how about a look at some heads-up defensive plays?
Converging, it's Antonacci with the diving play.
And what a rolling grab by Jorge Barrosa.
It's by the pole, and Siri got it! He went up and got it!
That, folks, is the magic of baseball.
Royo on the spin, smother, got him!
Fundy goes behind the back.
How about that?
A 2-out base runner and a guy with some speed as George Springer comes up. Springer hits it a long way to left, and it's gone! Career home run number 300 for George Springer.
Congratulations, George Springer. What a way to do it. An absolute no-doubter.
StatCast says 438 feet.
In color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
It is all Cubs this afternoon at Wrigley Field, the opener of a 3-game set against the Blue Jays. The Cubs with 16 runs on 17 hits. Toronto 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. Right-hander Gavin Hollowell, the new man on the mound for the Cubs. Davis Schneider at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Hollowell. Fastball at 93 miles per hour. The count is 0-1. Hollowell works on the first base side of the rubber. Now the pitch. Called strike, 0-2 the count. Another fastball from Hollowell. Cubs have made some defensive changes. Pedro Ramirez now playing third. Michael Conforto in left. Here's the pitch. A looper, shallow right. This will drop in for a base hit in front of Shaw. So leadoff single for Schneider and the Blue Jays here in the top of the 8th with the Cubs up 16-2.
The 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
Shortstop Andres Jimenez will now hit. Left-handed batter, open stance, hits out of a crouch. Hollowell deals. A swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-1. The attendance today at Wrigley, a whopper, 40,275 on this Juneteenth. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game as Jimenez hits a high fly ball, shallow left, angling toward the line. Conforto, he's under it and makes the catch. one away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So it's time now to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. And Coom, before this game even ends, you're considered a winner. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You came suspiciously close here with a guess of 40,300. 15 off.
Hey, you saw how many people I had here today. I did my part.
Yeah, you certainly did, and you counted, too. George Springer looks at a ball inside from Hollowell, 1-0. Great work, Coom.
Yeah.
Schneider at first, one away. Now the pitch. Inside to Springer again. It's 2-0. And a reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Coming up in the ninth inning with the Coom Dog. You have a lot of choices today. Hollowell delivers. Springer fouls it back out of play. Second deck just to the right of us.
I think that's the key. Choices.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can. Well, maybe you can. There's one guy with 6 RBIs. That's pretty good.
And a grand slam.
Yeah.
2 hits, Carson Kelly. Yeah.
16 runs today, and he's got 6 of them driven in. That's pretty good.
That'll generally put you in the running.
Yeah, that'll get you some champagne from Benny's.
Yeah, that last pitch missed. Low and inside. 3-1 the count now on Springer. The man at first and one away. Hollowell kicks and fires. Springer swings and misses. It's now 3-2. But there are others. Pete Crow Armstrong, 3 hits. A run batted in before he left the game.
Look at that spot in Pete's, so Pete walks, single. That's all in the first.
And a line drive caught by a leaping Horner on the edge of the outfield grass behind second. Springer's retired, 2 away.
Through 7 innings, that spot, now Dean hit in the 7th, Pete did not. He was already taken out of the game. Has been on base 6 times, scored a run, 2 stolen bases, 4 RBIs in that spot in the leadoff spot. That's how you win baseball games.
Yes. The cleanup man also having a big game for the Cubs today. Here's the pitch to Charles McAdoo.
Yeah.
And it misses inside. Seiya Suzuki, the Cubs cleanup man today with 3 hits and 2 runs batted in. He got the scoring started with a 2-run double the other way in the 7-run first inning. The 1-0. McAdoo, it's a pop fly, shallow right. Horner and Bush giving chase. Horner near the line, makes the catch, straddling into foul territory for out number 3. Schneider is stranded on the bases. Middle 8, it's the Cubs all over the Blue Jays, 16-2. This is the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, no, this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Clips.com. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Cubs up 16-2. We'll get to out-of-town scoreboard in just a moment.
Matt Shaw grounds one to third. Okamoto fields behind the bag. Throw to first. High. Shaw beats it out.
This ball hit down the line, and it's fielded deep, but you don't have time to just take steps with Matty Shaw. And they're going to challenge this. Matty's going to be out at first base, but you don't have extra time when he's hitting because he is flying down that line, and Matty runs well. But he's going to be out at first by half a step.
While they take a second look, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Does the video confirm what you thought there, Coon?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to be out at first. The question is whether McAdoo kept his foot on the bag. I think he did. His toe stayed on. It's a high throw straight out. They catch it right up above the ball.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is out.
Good eye,
Runner is
crew.
out, and Toronto will retain their challenge.
That was the crew chief, Alfonso Marquez. So Shaw is retired, 5-3. One down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs up 16-2.
Zach, tough plays of the game today. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Got a lot going on here at the start of this last of the 8th as Nico Horner's at the plate, and he looks at a slider low from outfielder Miles Straw, who's pitching in this blowout game. The next pitch is taken for a strike, 1-1. Judson, you started the inning with the scoreboard.
I sure did.
The next pitch is a ground ball base hit in the right. That's Nico's third hit of the ball game. Go ahead.
Zach, these position players, they should have worked quick on the mound. Sponsored by Club Citgo. Yeah. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Friday afternoon, other baseball scores. So we'll give you this, Zach. In the World Cup, United States has just taken down Australia with a final of 2-0.
Wow, very
That's
nice.
a big deal. Carson Kelly at the plate looks at a ball up high from Straw. There are a lot of soccer fans in the Cubs clubhouse. The next pitch is in the dirt. 2-0 on Kelly.
I think no one bigger than Dansby, right?
Yeah.
I would say he's probably the biggest soccer fan we got.
Yeah.
For good reason.
His wife Mallory, one of the most decorated soccer players in America.
Yeah.
2-0 the count on Kelly. The next pitch.
Call it a strike. No one's going to challenge, I promise. Lance, you just raise the right arm. If it hits the glove, it's a strike. That would be the rule now.
Kelly waits, and he takes ball 4 up high. So Kelly has reached base 4 times today. Cubs have men at first and second with just one away here in the bottom of the 8th inning and a 16-2 lead over the Blue Jays. Now Dansby Swanson will dig in. He's got a single, 2 walks. It's a pop fly, deep right. Sanchez back fighting the sun, makes the catch. No one's going to tag with the score 16-2, 2 away.
Yeah, for the Cubs, you just station to station. That's all you do. They got a position player in. That's it. Now Dean, after hitting a triple, bases clearing triple for his first big league hit in his last debut, and he's hearing it from the fans. It's awesome.
First 3 RBIs. He waits for Straw to deal, and Dean hits a pop fly down the right field line, but this one slices foul out of play. He doesn't care who's on the mound. There's an opportunity to get a base hit as a big leaguer again. He's going for it. Cubs have met at first and second with 2 down.
I think he's glad, though, his first big league hit was against the pitcher instead of a position player.
Yeah, he sizzled a line drive to right. That pitch misses off the outside, 1-1. Sanchez misjudged it. He went past him, rolled all the way to the wall, cleared the bases. And Dean had a stand-up triple. Chopped to third, fielded by Okamoto, who steps on the third base bag for the force, and that ends the 8th. We head to the 9th. Cubs looking to close out this one. They're up 16-2 over the Blue Jays.
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Watch his bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches. And he picks up another K.
And it'll be Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
Rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. He's giving it to him and making him like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And better. Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. And you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/journey to 30 sweep. Zach?
Thank you very much, Judson. Jesus Sanchez leads off the 9th inning for the Blue Jays and looks at a strike from the new left-hander Hobie Milner. 0-1 the count. Cubs up big, 16-2 as they look to win the opener of this 3-game set against Toronto. Milner deals. Sanchez taps it foul at the plate. Count is 0-2. A reminder to stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs Radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs Radio Network, coming up with Judson. He's got a lot of highlights to cram in during the show.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers today are brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Yeah, we love our great friends at Hyundai.
Yeah.
The 0-2 to Sanchez. And this is lined right to Swanson, caught behind the bag at second for out number 1. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life.
Ready. Judson's headed out there. He'll be there in a few hours, guys.
It's you and me, Coom.
Yeah, that's it.
Judson's been lights out with our Bosch prediction of the game. Yohendrick Pinyango at the plate, and he looks at a sinker for a strike from Milner, 0-1. The next pitch by Milner is a swing and miss by Pinyango.
You want to do the toast of the game?
Yeah, but after this, I've been wanting to read this one for a while first, and you'll understand why we're legally required to do so.
You mean the copyrighted broadcast?
Oh, yeah. Here's the 0-2. That's off the outside for ball 1, unless you want to do it.
It really does not matter even in the slightest bit to me.
All right, I'll do it. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs. They may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form in the accounts and descriptions of this game. As that one is tapped foul behind the plate by Pinyango, 1-2. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. So there we go. Legally, we got it out of the way. It's a big deal.
You did very good.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. The 1-2. Foul back off the screen, and that leads us to the Toast of the Game ball player, presented by Vinnie's Beverage Depot. Vinnie's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. The Toast of the Game goes to...
I'm not ready now. I was ready a minute ago.
After that dramatic read, now the 1-2 delivery. Off the outside, 2-2 on Pinyango.
Carson Kelly will be our Toast of the Game ball player today. There's a lot of candidates. Cubs with 18. I think it's 18 hits in the ball game today.
Yep.
Offense has been incredible. Ben Brown did his job very well. So did the pitching staff.
Pinyango swings and misses at a sweeper. Strike 3, 2 away.
And, but it's one of those things. Carson Kelly with 6 RBIs in the game, a grand slam in that first inning. Single, a walk. He's had a couple walks. He's had a heck of a ball game today. So Carson will be our Benny's Toast of the Game ball player.
Alejandro Kirk looks at a ball outside from Milner, 1-0. Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Career game for Carson Kelly with a 6 ribbies. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off the outside to Kirk, 2-0. Most of the crowd has stayed, even though the score is 16-2, and they're on their feet trying to help Milner shut the door. Here's the pitch. This is outside. Cubs are going to challenge this.
I think that was a good pitch. Ball, the catcher is challenging.
And we're taking a look at the replay monitors here. And it's a strike.
Ball is overturned. Chicago has one.
That one definitely a strike. Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Yeah, completely in the zone, near the bottom along the outer half to Kirk. The next pitch. This is low, 3-1.
I don't think that Carson Kelly wanted to challenge another pitch. You know, that catcher umpire thing, that one was pretty egregious. Let's just miss that one.
Called strike. Full count. Crowd making noise. Blue Jays down to their last strike. Milner deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Cubs start this series in explosive fashion, beating the Blue Jays big, 16-2.
Well, really nice ball game for the Cubs, for sure. It starts with pitching. Ben Brown did his job, but, you know, after his first inning, the Cubs threw a 7 spot in the bottom half of the first, and they were off and running. Cubs with 16 runs on 18 hits today for the Cubs. So just a huge game for the Cubs, and what a way to start out the Father's Day weekend.
It's time to fly the W, sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airlines of the Chicago Cubs. You mentioned it, Carson Kelly pacing an impressive offensive attack for the Cubs. He had the grand slam in the 7-run first inning. He finished with 2 hits, drove in 6 runs, a career high for him. Ben Brown, we don't want to lose what Ben Brown was able to do once again on the mound. Another quality start for Brownie as he went 6 innings, giving up just 2 runs today. Let's send it downstairs. Bruce Levine has a special guest.
All right, guys, I'm here with Justin Dean, and first of all, congratulations on your first big league hit. Not too many people win a World Series ring before they get their first hit. Talk about that in this big win for the Cubs.
Yeah, man, crazy journey. Everybody's journey is a little different. Mine got some twists and turns in it. I'm super grateful how it's been and how it's going. Just keep thanking God for the opportunity, and super happy my first hit came with this organization, with this club too. A bunch of great guys over here playing well. I'm just excited to log a hit and log a win.
You're the good luck charm right now for this team. Talk about this organization.